It is one of the problems.
Weirdness.
Yes, weirdness. Identifying the issue immediately. Love that.
Rubens
Okay, I
has a
have a new character
dissertation
goal.
also.
What is the new character goal?
Kiss an NPC.
Which NPC do you want to kiss?
Any NPC.
I really,
Nice.
I got the
Nice.
sense
Not
of any.
picky, as far as I can tell. Then
Well, congratulations, because today is Kissy Day. You know,
Ugh.
I don't know. It feels weird.
here's Totes the goat.
Oh no.
Me.
I do miss the relationship between Val and
Beep.
Toads. Just how much Val, or maybe Kate,
Question mark?
hated Toads.
You never know.
Call me.
Me.
Okay, wait. So if Totes,
Oh God.
so I'm gonna propose that Keypad is the Totes of Changeling,
Yeah, sure.
right? Because it has
Fair.
a strange bond, weird obsession with Kate's character that flat out
Slightly
hates
annoys
it.
me. Yeah.
Welcome, Packers.
Oh, keypad.
Oh,
Takes me back.
yeah.
I mean, look, if
We need an equivalent.
Yeah.
Wait. I didn't. Do we though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but what would be merged with a goat in the Avatar universe?
That's a good question.
Whale goat.
Hello.
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 I mean, honestly.
Bo.
Yay! It starts again.
This just in. Whale
Yes, you
in
do.
Republic City Harbor. What a scoop.
A whale goat.
Whale goat. My
Yeah.
apologies. Yep. No, it's just a bear. Ugh. One of my favorite
Bear
things.
bear.
Clearly,
Bear,
it's
yeah.
got to be like a platypus bear or
No.
They're all just
Monkey
so
bear? No,
like
just a bear.
confused by its existence.
It's great.
And then he essentially abdicated the throne to wander around with his bear.
Yeah.
Rock on! I mean,
nice.
other than the whole abdicating your throne thing. We can talk about the ups and downs of that.
Is there something interesting about the fact that both Earth Kings that we've seen were also not benders?
Yeah.
That is interesting, isn't it?
The Earth Queen was.
Yeah.
And
Was she?
the
I
Earth...
don't
actually, I'm not
She
sure.
was.
The Earth, she was definitely useless. And the Earth Emperor for a while. I don't know how Kuvira styled herself. I can't remember.
Metal bender.
Yeah, definitely a bender, but
Uh,
it was an empire, right? So she'd
Yeah.
be the
Phenomenal.
emperor or empress or
But she had declared herself leader per se.
per se.
She hadn't gotten that far.
No, not yet.
General and de facto leader.
General de facto leader.
I mean, it was a junta.
Yes, actually, that's one of my favorite words. That is awful.
It starts with a J.
Yeah.
It's useful
Like
if you're screwed in Scrabble. But one
can
of
only
the
write
biggest,
juice so
hey,
many
mind
times.
criminal.
Hello.
One of the biggest issues of Scrabble is if you look at the letter values, like J is only worth 8, but it is clearly the hardest letter to place on the board.
Because it really,
Yeah, you can't do axe or zoo.
like, it really only
There's
comes
no
at the
two-letter
beginning of.
words that contain
Oh,
J.
interesting. Interesting.
But there are with Q.
Oh,
Yeah, key.
Uh-huh.
Key.
well, in the Scrabble dictionary, anyway.
This has become a Scrabble stream, y'all.
Uh-oh.
Who's hype?
I should play again. All I remember is being bad at it. So I really need to play to know if I'm
Hey,
terrible.
pizza
Or
and
not.
Scrabble tonight.
Excellent.
Done. You put your pizza on the board.
Yeah. I'm gonna play.
Oh no.
But of course, we have something to do before that.
Damn right.
Yeah, I know, John. I know.
Do we?
You want to be here, don't you?
I'd like to.
This is your house.
I want to know what love is.
Oh, okay. Sheesh. Well, we might find out during stream.
I don't think we're doing that.
Okay.
I mean,
This just in. John has decided there will be no love on stream today.
This in, just in. Well, I'm gonna love him all the more. See what happens. No, stop touching me. It's gonna be great.
so how are all of y'all?
Good, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say yeah.
How are you?
Ah,
Okay. Yikes.
We have a look at your growth that you have out here.
Whoa!
You are
That's a massive growth.
You're-
I want to get that looked at.
you're getting close.
It changed so much since the week before.
Just 3 more, and you'll all be able to advance.
Advance.
Nice.
Thank you.
That's great. Rock
Applies
on.
both to fight choreography and Netrunner.
Hey-oh.
2 things we love in this house.
But that don't go well together.
No, they do not go well together. Well, not yet.
Nah, because if I have to do fight choreography, I'm not playing Netrunner.
Unless it's like some sort of flash mob situation at a tournament where everybody starts fighting. That feels like work. That feels like a lot of work.
Card games on motorcycles.
Ah.
Yeah, just fight with cards.
Yeah. Ah. Did anyone ever tell you that your face could stick like that if you left it?
Yes,
that
I've
way
been
while
absolutely told that my face could stick like in a certain pose if I were to keep it that way.
Did you believe it?
No, I was like, okay, and then I just tried to make it happen.
Classic. Okay.
I was a very obedient little kid, but
sure,
like,
but
when someone's
like-
like, you'll stick like that. I was like, I don't think I will, so I'll try and
If
see
it-
how long I
You were
can keep it
testing
up.
hypotheses.
No, like,
on
honestly,
that
if it's a
plan.
bluff, call the bluff. You know?
Scientific method. That's very.
Just like how I knocked out all of my teeth at the same time. Because the tooth fairy would bring me money. Like, so theoretically, I can get all the money. That
So you just walked up to your brother and handed him a bat? And
Yeah, I was like,
"We're
let's go.
we're buying ourselves a
We're
dream
gonna be rich. Dreamcast. We were a Nintendo household. But that's okay.
What consoles did you have?
SNES.
So you went back to the SNES. That was... Hey, Pook.
Yeah, that was the
Oh,
first. We
the
were.
instructions.
Hello. Oh, yep. Oops, sorry. Close to ignore.
Ignore me!
But yeah, that was we received it when it was still relatively new.
Really?
Relatively. I mean, I can't remember what year it came out, so I feel
1991.
okay, so it must have been
Or
relatively.
92,
It was probably
depending.
93 we got ours, so
You would have been like 4.
I was quite young. Yeah, the 64,
Well, 5.
the GameCube. I bought the GameCube with my own money. I love that system with my heart and soul. I carried it around by its little handle. No, I did not.
You,
Where would I-
never threw it in a backpack and brought it to play
No,
games
when
with
would I-
friends?
I used
Most of my
to,
friends
I
have
used to
those.
actually use the handle every once in a while. on
Yeah.
the GameCube.
It was so cool.
It was pretty cool. The problem is that, like, because it actually still used composite or component inputs, like, it wasn't as simple as just being like chunk, whoop. It was like chunk, power cable wiggling that out.
Yeah.
Stuck in there.
Make sure the little mini disc is okay inside. Yeah, those were cute little pieces
Yeah.
too.
I mean,
Anyway, that's it.
the reason we put handles on things is so that you can carry them safely. The way that we play safely is we carry cards.
This absolute unit. Unbelievable.
If you've never been in the same room as a GameCube, then this won't make any sense. So here we go. The green card or the play card is held up to show that we are doing just fine, no matter how we may actually look on the exterior. It's our way of saying, I'm okay to play. The pause card or the yellow card is, hey everybody, stop playing for a second and pay attention to me. I've got something important to say out of character, but we can continue playing when I put the card down. The red card or stop card means I'm no longer okay to keep playing. We're all going to stop, and we won't start again until every single person at the table says that they are okay to continue. However, you don't have cards. You do have options, and if you want to know your options, they're right here. You can always message us. You can whisper at RPGClinic, or you can whisper moderator. Right now, the moderator that we got here is Kung Fu Fenris. I messed that one up. So, yep. We'll put it back up there. So Kung Fu Fenris is around for a bit. You can always whisper him if you do not wish to whisper us for any reason. However, your easiest thing that you can do in order to keep yourself safe is to leave chat or leave the stream. We don't want to see you go. We do want to see you take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very true. And thank you, Lemon Eater.
Could you reduce the volume on our speakers by 1?
Apparently
Thank you.
not.
Oh, there we go. Perfecto.
But the reason that we do all of these things is to make sure that we can, play to our greatest strengths and abilities. So if I don't have safety cards, I can't bust out my ninja style. I have no idea
What?
I don't know where I'm going with this. But we do know where we're going because we actually have something appropriate for us to be able to listen in on what's going on with the session as it stands.
Don leads the Fire Nation delegation in a ceremony before venturing into the spirit world. Bao meets the Order of Passage's other seeker, Qiang, before coming face to face with their cousin, the military tactician and golden child, Zhai. It seems the two still do not see eye to eye on their place in their family's legacy. Don learns that now Oda is in Republic City to find and protect the mirror scale, but no one else must know. At the spirit portal, Councilwoman Takada proclaims the beginning of the next phase of Republic City's evolution, an initiative to move humans into the spirit world. Despite smoke arising from near the boba tea shop, the trio and the delegation venture into the spirit world, where young Su is given advice of a violent nature by a spirit. Those same spirits suggest the mirror scale would be good to protect, but to not destroy it. Can now Oda trust the trio with her mission? Will Councilwoman Takada anger the spirit world with her plan to settle it? And what is the mirror scale?
No one knows.
No one knows.
Find out.
No one cares.
Is it a MacGuffin? This is my question.
The mirror MacGuffin didn't have the same ring to it.
The mirror MacGuffin.
MacGuffin's
The
MacGuffin's-
important thing.
yes.
It's funny.
Now I have the important
We
thing.
played Exalted the important thing, then Changeling the important thing. Now we're playing Star Wars the important thing. I'm really looking forward to what we're playing the other Exalted important thing. And then we'll follow it up with some Avatar the important
The important thing. This is the first time we've had a chronicle named after an item in the universe rather than a location. Is that fair?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Star Wars Out of the Empire? It's like a concept.
Yeah.
The important thing,
thing.
Origin
Reach
Saga.
was the name of that
Reach.
campaign. I forgive you for not
Switch.
remembering.
If that was a millionaire question, I don't know. Anyway. No, if there were options, I think I'd be fine.
The important thing, Origin Saga.
Oh, shit. Yeah. I just think it's cool. I just think it's real cool. I have a theory about what the mirror scale is or does.
Do you want to
Like,
throw that theory out there?
am I allowed to?
You are absolutely allowed to.
What if?
I already
No,
know
never
what it
mind.
is.
No, I was gonna
so
say what
I'm
if,
not gonna
but it
say,
doesn't
I'm not
matter.
gonna. But let me know, and if I'm writing things down furiously,
Shit. No, I was thinking about scales, and I was thinking about the concept of like balance in the universe, and I was wondering how cool would it be if there was an item that, much like Osiris? Question mark? I think it's Osiris, the Egyptian god, or Anubis, or whatever. Whoever like weighs souls.
and that's Anubis.
Anubis weighs souls against feather or some
The
shit.
weight of a feather.
Weight of a feather. What if this device could measure somehow whether your soul, whether your person was somehow in balance? Because there's like a mechanical conceit to balance in the universe, right?
Cool.
I think it'd be really awesome. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think it's just a really shiny dragon scale.
Oh my god! Oh, damn it!
Ooh, that's cool.
A dragon scale. Those exist too, don't they? That would potentially bring down the
I was
Fire
torn
Nation.
between it being like a physical scale or a weighing scale.
Mm-hmm. Or a.
Ooh.
Oh no, the first. Yeah. The
Or a
first one.
musical scale.
Or a musical scale. Okay, well now we're just theory crafting forever.
Okay, I'm just taking all of these down.
Measurements, you know?
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Anyway, just some cool thoughts.
John's being
Is he
very
okay?
facey today.
Yeah.
Alright, new profile picture. Done.
Profile pic.
Welcome to
Welcome,
RPGClinic.
viewers.
Oh, nice. Yes, Book.
Shit.
Shit. Yeah, it's basically just Frozen 2.
What we know is that
Hello,
scale
Aurora.
probably isn't a verb.
Yes. Probably.
Because specifically they asked for the mirror scale, as opposed to like the mirror, and then it's just like, I don't know,
Scale the mirror.
slowly ascending. a wall,
Yeah,
and
or
you're
slowly
like,
ascending a mirror. Yeah, like what Kate said.
Oh,
With
because we're
suction
Cosmo
cups.
with our suction cup hands.
Yeah, that would be great. Oh, I'd love that.
problem with Cosmo's Cosmic Adventure is that when you're moving to the right, you are literally 2/3 of the way across the screen, which gives you very little time to see what's behind
Yep.
you. It is
I hate that.
infuriating
It's hard.
playing it now compared to playing it when I was a kid, and it was basically like, well, I guess I'll play this because it's what I got.
Yeah, that's it. I don't think we knew how kind of spoiled for choice we'd be one day. Back then, it was just like, well, exactly. This is the game I have, and
Time
it
to play
sucks.
some more free ski.
Yeah.
Solitaire.
Forever.
Maybe I'll change the color of the cards. Yay, seashell.
Oh,
do
that
that.
was a really exciting time. Oh
Yeah.
my god, I hate how excited I got.
Number munchers.
Deep cuts.
What was the typing one?
Mavis Beacon teaches typing is one of them. There were several.
I had Mario teaches
Mario
typing.
teaches typing.
I was
Oh,
a lucky
shit.
child.
Damn,
There's
that's
type
just a
Wahoo!
Type of the Dead.
Wahoo!
No. I know I'll know it if I hear it, but yeah, I'll keep thinking on it.
Yeah.
Mario.
Some kind of insane.
It's a me. Mario. This isn't helping me at
No,
all.
there was like a whole thing about like Abraham Lincoln was the 16th president of the United States of America.
My God,
blah, blah,
Mario.
blah, blah, blah. It was like a whole bunch of text that you had to type,
Mario?
and he was like going through a castle. Like, yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
charming.
Mario cared about any of that.
Yeah, your initial letters was just him on a basic letter and hitting blocks. And you could be Mario or Peach or Luigi and maybe someone else, but who cares about anyone else, honestly.
Damn burn.
But it was cool. I could be Peach.
Toad just
Birdo in the
cries in the
corner.
corner.
All right, folks.
Yo.
Any questions before we start?
Nope.
Nope.
That recap sure
What about
got
you
the
out there?
job done.
Out there in cyberspace.
Jeez Louise.
Player color palette on fleek. Thanks.
Glory to Aristarchia.
Cause no trouble.
No one comments on my color palette ever.
I would say you count as a player in this instance.
Yeah, your palette is consistently on fleek.
My palette is how. When was the last time you washed that thing?
Oh, I'm not sure I
Duh.
would.
This was not what I expected because this is marked as mysterious.
Oh, the like epidemic sound.
Yeah, the epidemic sound grouping says mysterious. But
Yeah.
fuck it. Let's go
Bouncy
for it.
mystery. I love it.
When I watch television or films or consume video games that are supposedly destined for children, more and more these days, that's really no longer the case. The point is that it is acceptable for children, but that it can actually reach beyond that. You'll find this among, the Avatar series, but also in television shows like Gravity Falls or in many, many video games, which are designed specifically for kids, and yet at the same time, everybody plays them. There's a reverse to that. There's also plenty of mature properties which are absolutely marketed towards children, and you're not supposed to sort of make that an acknowledgement. Fortnite involves a lot of guns and gambling. Call of Duty is definitely rated mature, and yet most of the people who you play against will be 8 years old.
12.
But there is something comforting for me in the fact that role-playing is the sort of thing that can scale between someone who's quite young and someone who's quite old. Some of us actually have a lot of experience playing with those who are either much younger or much older than themselves. So with that in mind, with the scale of ages, 8 years old and better than you, well, yes.
Yeah.
They are the only people with the reflexes. They also have the time
Get good.
True.
to get
The
good.
best trash talking.
Yeah.
You're terrible at this.
Oh my god.
This meaning life?
Plus, they have all the latest slang, which you don't have.
Oh, man, yeah.
With that in mind, remember that sometimes somebody who's new to something could be very, very good at it. And somebody who is older than you expect may still end up having a few tricks up their sleeves, being young at heart. I mean, this was a bop, but we are still
Okay.
in the spirit realm.
That was a pop though.
You are still on the salt flats. Do you want to remind people what just happened?
Yeah, immediately prior to this, some butterfly spirits have been kind of landing on and near the group, and we're speaking specifically to Young Su about his question to the spirit realm, which was about Councilwoman Takata. One butterfly spirit told him to kill her because that would be a solution that would work, whereas the others were thinking it's not such a good idea. They told us a bit about the mirror scale. One of the members of the delegation turned to Young-Soo and said, "You want to kill the councilwoman?" And to which Young-Soo responds, "What's a mirror scale?" These something like that.
Yeah, that was it.
The wind here starts to pick up a little bit. It's pleasant. It's a really nice warm wind. The kind that can wrap around you and simultaneously draw away any excess heat that you're generating, and yet at the same time wrap you in a warm embrace. Not too hot, not too cold. And the actual reflection of the very thin layer of water on the salt flats, you see that the rippling on it starts to move up just a little bit with the wind that's moving across, making it so that instead of being a mirror that shines from the heavens down to the ground, now it turns into more of a kaleidoscope, reflecting all the stars that are above you. The tall, lanky spirit, if you'll remember.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure we're supposed to answer these questions. There are some things we just don't talk about.
Right, and we would never dream of pushing you in that way. We had pre-established questions before going in. Those are the ones that are tied to the sand that everyone is wearing around their necks. Those are the questions that are being prioritized today, right, Young-Soo?
Young-Soo says nothing, but puts his staff back together. He had been giving a demonstration before.
The various butterflies, not birds. They're not the same thing. They fly, but not the same thing. Continue to whirl around all of you until one of them sits just on the very tip of Bao's shoulder, so that almost falling off them, right? Like there's this sort of very much like a unbalanced sort of thing. And then just leans very close to Bao's ear. What do you want? 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 Now, it's not loud enough for anybody else to hear, but Bao,
Right, sure.
but it's very insistent. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What?
To
What?
know how I can stride forward without rejecting that which came before.
We already answered that.
That's what I thought.
So what do you want?
To return home.
You seem to be in an awful rush.
Yeah.
Why? You just got here.
There's a fire that might need help.
Fire is good.
Not
Are you a firebender? I've always wanted to meet a firebender. I think
There's
they're
one
hot.
over there. And I point at Jai.
Jai kind of just shrugs a little bit, and then the butterfly instantly abandons you and just starts going up to Jai and being like, do it, set me on fire, burn me, show me, come on, do it.
Ugh.
I want to burn. I want to feel myself singe. I want to feel...
Don't do it, Jai.
I want to feel my exoskeleton roast, cook me from the inside, fall off. Do it. And Jai looks to Don with a little bit of like the, what the fuck is going on? Oh.
Don looks at the butterfly spirit. Can you sense his question?
Yeah?
Maybe if he gets an answer, he'll provide a small demonstration.
You see, that's the problem. And then turns to Jai and then just buries itself almost so that it's hanging out of his ear. And Jai's face goes from like vaguely disgusted to curious and then listening. And at the end, there's this very small smile that creeps up on him, and he nods. The butterfly pops out with a... Okay, you don't have to kill me today. I'll be waiting. Someday I'm going to want to feel it. I'm always cold. I don't want to be cold anymore.
All spirits kind of this this is to Don. Are all spirits this actually no, this would be probably to the tall spirit as well. Are all spirits this eager to feel something?
I'm not certain that's a question that you were supposed to be asking at this time.
I bow in humility, and then even deeper to Don as I remember what I was just fucking told. And I stuff my fist in my mouth. No, I don't do that, but I'm just like...
He seems to be the curious sort. Thank you for your patience.
Don smiles widely at Bao over Yongsu. And then looks at everyone else in the delegation. Has anybody not had their question answered yet?
Everyone seems to, like there's a general nod and an ascension, and then one of them turns to the other one and says, I do think we need to make an investment into this place.
Don tucks that away for later. In that case, turning to the tall spirit, we'll take our leave. Thank you so much for your hospitality.
Every time I see the Seeker, I know I'm going to have a decent day.
That means a lot.
Thank you for the... What did you call this again?
The radio. Well, it used to be a radio. Now it's just broken.
Ding. And when it pokes it, it caves in slightly.
Oh,
just
God.
like it clearly is very strong. Like,
I'll see you next time.
farewell on your travels.
May your path continue to reflect the stars.
Okay.
Everyone, follow me, please.
As you start to head out from the salt flats themselves, there's it almost, the wind shifts direction almost purposefully, as if to push you from the back and guide you along. The butterflies are following, but at quite a distance, as if they're just sort of curious about you, but they're no longer interested in talking or interacting with you.
I'm gonna, if I can, sneak up beside Bao and have like a little hurried, whispered conversation. What the heck is going on with this place? It's strange. I mean, I knew it would be strange, but is it... I don't know. Did you get an answer that was satisfying?
We were warned our answer may not be what we expect.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Bao gets an 8.
And there's like eyes going towards the back of now Oda's head, somewhere ahead.
Now is walking ahead of you. She hasn't said anything.
Yeah.
But it is certainly an option you could take. So, that's what you were offered. An answer.
Yeah.
It's a different world indeed.
It's it was scary to hear that from someone who I guess I feel like should know better.
There is death and all sorts of things, to my understanding here.
Yeah.
They have lives the same as we, but very different. We need to respect that and not try to change it.
No, agreed.
And Bao's eyes sweep across the delegation.
That's what makes the councilwoman so dangerous. This
Most
is still
of-
very whispered.
Most of the delegation looks like thrilled with what's going on. There's a respectful silence, but there's an excitement and energy in the air. Now is the only one who seems upset. Jai doesn't necessarily have the same like bubbling over feeling, but he definitely looks content. Looks like he got what he wanted.
As Dawn continues leading the way towards the portal, she's bending the sand that she had laid down as a track back into her own pouch.
So the sand is glittering slightly under the moon that you're underneath. So it's relatively easy for you to find. However, as you're coming along, you notice that the stars in the salt flats themselves are winking out as if it's closing for the day.
Really cute.
It's charming. When we do approach the portal, Dawn stands just outside of it so that people go through and she's the last one to leave.
Yeah. I would let the delegation go first and then follow along, but did you inform us of the smoke? I can't remember. Or maybe
I
just
told
dying.
Dunn.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't tell Youngsu.
Totally
And
cool.
he's going to be having a moment anyway. I was like, he doesn't need
When
more
is he not
reasons to
having
be
a
upset.
moment?
That's fair. Also, fuck you. No, fair.
So a question.
Hmm.
Are you doing anything about the spirit that's been latched onto you all this time?
It seemed uninterested in this space, but I know that, spirits come from the spirit realm. Good job, Youngsu. Pat on the head. I will take him. I'll step to the side and like crouch down and try to place the spirit on the ground and look at it. So I know we don't know each other very well, but you're from here, right? This is your home? You don't want to stay, do you? I'm not sure if our lives are going to intersect forever, little buddy. They could. I just don't know. What? Is it the rice? It was about the rice, wasn't it?
And it falls back onto its tail.
Oh no. Hey, no, don't be like that. I'm gonna like kind of squat walk over to it a little closer. Don't be like that. I just want what's best for you. Whoa!
Whoa!
You might need to scooch
Earthquake.
closer towards us so you don't have to back the...
Look, I want to make this as clear as I can, okay? We don't know each other very well, and where I'm going is going to be very dangerous. You know what danger is? Danger is when scary things happen to you, and you're not sure if it's going to be okay. You have to be brave and get through them. Like, maybe you don't want to stay here in the spirit world. I'm not making you. But I want... Oh. You okay, little buddy?
Each of its 6 stumps just comes together in front of it and just taps. It looks quite sad.
Oh, no. You son of a bitch. I reach... I reach my arm out again.
Huh?
If you don't want to stay here, you can come with us. But I want you to know scary stuff might happen, and if it does, you're going to have to stay behind. I don't want you getting hurt. Can you even be hurt? And I like...
Try to hurt
No, I poke it. I poke a little bit.
Okay, so you poke it. It kind of feels
Roll
very
for initiative.
spongy.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Go ahead. Huh.
And it
Yeah.
just pops back out once you.
Okay, I just wanted to know if you wanted to stay here, but it doesn't sound like you do, so why don't you come along with us? We have some...
Huh.
Yeah. We have a drink that I bet you're gonna love.
It jumps up and wraps itself around your thigh.
Well, shit. All right.
See this fast and
Walking is gonna
furious?
be a bit weird, but that's okay. Here we go.
Before we leave the world, while it's just the three of us
Sure.
talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dawn just turns to the other two and, okay, so we'll try to get the delegation back to the temple, and then we will head for the boba shop.
Yeah, I could use a drink. This guy too.
So Bao saw something.
There was smoke in that direction.
Immediately, just like a dark pall passes over Yangsu's face. I
That-
swear to God.
I only saw it once everyone was already through the portal.
We couldn't go back.
Could be 2 minutes. Could be 2 years. It's not 2 years. It's not gonna be 2 years,
It's
right?
not gonna.
Dad?
It's never been 2 years for me before. It's never been 2 years for me before. We just have to make sure that we play it really cool, because we don't want certain people to meet other certain people until we've ascertained some things. So,
Right. Take care of the delegation. Make sure they all stay here. We'll go and crack some skulls. Fix the tea shop. Whatever.
send them back in peace to the temple, and then head to the shop. Yeah, got it.
Oh, steps through.
Yes. Yangsu
Dawn
limps through
steps
with the
through
thing on
after
his-
everyone else.
Everyone else steps through. Jai is actually the last one to step through.
Oh.
Dawn waits until she's the last one.
Okay. You are the last one in this room.
Okay, good. Staring
And the portal closes forever.
Oh,
no.
well.
Cora's like, nah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
It's a good experiment.
New plot point. Cora suddenly has an entire mood shift because
Yeah.
the plot demands it.
Damn it.
Surprise.
That's never happened to me before.
Yeah. So we'll head back through. If there's any sign of Councilwoman Takata or the reporters that were all gathered there in the scrum, Youngster's keeping his eyes focused elsewhere for now.
No, the sun's hanging quite low in the sky. By now, the podium that was erected has been dismantled. There's no one else here in the portal itself. Other than, a stray spirit, entering or leaving here or there. And there's a few people up around the crater who are like, oh, look, it's death. Oh, there's people coming out of it. Wow. Hello, people.
Hello, lady.
I cast a glance around the square to see if there's a navigator in sight. I know usually they would try to have someone out to meet us, but because timey-wimey, they may not be here.
Why don't you just roll me a die?
1.
No, there isn't.
Kate, what did you say?
You're just getting them out of your system before they matter.
Yeah,
Perfect.
there we go.
All right, everyone. Congratulations on your first tour through the spirit world. You are all invited to keep your pouches of sand, keep your questions and answers close to your heart. Consider that a gift from the temple to you. Now,
Sounding more and more like...
she's not great at the sales pitch. For another couple
$9.99.
For another $9.99, you can get a picture of yourself exiting the portal.
Some people are just weeping.
I went to Republic City and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. Sorry, the spirit realm, whatever.
But we'll now proceed back to the temple.
As you're proceeding to the temple, you see that there's an increased police presence in the streets. It's not obvious, but more than you're used to in this area of Republic City, there seems to be officers that have been stationed just keeping an eye out on things.
Any smoke still coming from that direction?
You do not see smoke.
Is there any, if our travels were to take us by the street at all, if I were to keep my ear out, is there any chatter about any sort of like news, anything that's changed? Are there people, perhaps delivering this kind of plot pertinent information?
No, it seems to be pretty business as usual.
Okay. Just extra cops.
But a few extra police officers
Interesting.
standing around. None of them are. They're not hassling you. They're not asking you any questions. It doesn't seem to be like a curfew that's been established or whatever. They're just more of them.
Okay.
Twice as many as you would normally see.
Huh. Definitely keeping an eye on that.
Dawn walks fairly quickly back to the temple.
The temple greets you with open arms. Yeah, they're welcoming the delegation and telling them various people asking how they were. There's the atmosphere at the temple after a seeking is more celebratory and much less formal. The formalities are about entering into the spirit realm. The actual collection of knowledge, had you reached the library, this would be a lot different. But because the order still hasn't really figured out what to do with this sort of situation right now, it's just like, oh yeah, I hope you like juice.
Great order.
The delegates come in and they are ecstatic. Some of them saying like, we need to find out how we can get more money into this order right away. We need to be able to invest in this. The amount of knowledge that's out there. And imagine if we could find the library. And they are abuzz.
Okay.
Now, a lot of people often come out of these seekings very excited.
Makes sense.
But they also don't necessarily have lots of money or speak of the ability to do more with this.
This is good. Money. The temple.
I see. Avatar Legends, the capitalist ways.
Oh boy.
We just need to survive
Yeah.
and continue our search for Wan Chi Tong's library.
Ballad of Varric, I guess.
Oh no. So Dawn wants to make sure that everyone is settled so that the trio can slip out relatively undetected.
Don, if you have stuff to do, that's fine. We can go. We'll meet you there. Do you have stuff to do?
There's nothing that would require you to stay. There's stuff that you might want to reason to stay, but
Right.
nothing that requires it.
No, I want to go with you.
Oh. And Jai gives a tiny little wave. I guess I'll see you another time.
Actually, can you two go ahead? I'll catch up with you in 2 minutes.
I knew it. She has stuff to do. All right. Yeah, we'll see you in a second.
Okay.
I'll see you soon, Bao.
It was a really nice idea to want to show our seeker that restaurant, and kind of you to invite me as well, but it was very nice meeting you.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna continue with my other plans. Nice seeing you again. And I'm gonna skedaddle.
Oh.
Let's
get together soon.
Will you be staying here for a while longer?
I'll be here at least a week.
Perhaps our paths shall cross.
They will.
Bella Hotman.
Hotman.
Yay!
Bao's gonna skedaddle.
I'll watch Bao go and then kind of take in the fact that there's two people who clearly want to talk without me. Just shrug. Well,
Bao's gonna find some spot to hide around the corner from the
Yep.
temple
Yes.
and not be seen as best friends with these two people.
this is correct that we didn't know 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No,
Forgot
no,
about
we
our
nailed it.
cover.
We got it. We got this. Don't worry.
We're great
no
at
one's
this.
asking. Apparently nobody wants to eat with me, so...
Then I'm going to ask, who's going to roll the trick?
I
Nope.
said the thing. Now, am I terrible at it? Creativity? No, I
You
have
should be good,
creativity.
right? Yeah.
Yay,
Sweet.
bow.
But yeah,
All right, you can roll the trick. Of course, remember that people can help.
I'm watching.
that's 11.
I think you're fine, friend.
Take it
All right,
to the ball.
so
I took
you
care of the
are.
ones for you.
So you can choose 2 of stumbling, so you can take +1 forward to anyone who is involved in the delegation, or Jai. You can either have them act foolishly and I'll give you an additional opportunity, or you can have them overcommit and they'll be deceived for quite some time.
I'm gonna take the +1 forward to acting against Jai.
Okay.
And, because on a 10 plus I pick 2.
I'll also give you the option if you want to take a +1 forward against acting against the delegation as a whole.
Can I do that for both?
And Jai, yes.
Great. I'm gonna take that.
Okay. So you have +1 forward to both of them.
So I guess I'd like to clarify. It's like they stumble, they act foolishly, they overcommit is like the preface.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's you get +1 forward. The GM gives you an extra opportunity, or they're deceived. So does that imply that unless I choose they overcommit, they aren't actually deceived?
No, they're deceived.
Okay, it's just the duration.
It's the
and,
duration.
like-
So, and the duration isn't necessary. So here's
Yeah.
the way that I interpret it.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
If you trick somebody and you're like hanging around for like 5 seconds and you're tricking a guard to be like, I belong here, and then you leave, the guard isn't going to be like, after 5 seconds, clearly you're lying, right? Like it's not instantaneous. But being deceived for some time means that maybe the next time you come back around, the guard will be like, oh yeah, no, they're totally allowed to be here. Even if somebody is like, do they have ID? The guard would be like, well, they were allowed in here before, so clearly they're allowed now.
Yeah.
So it's more that like you can rely on them remaining tricked longer than, even if it presented with different evidence, they can be stay tricked for just a little bit longer than
Perfect.
normal.
Thank you.
Whereas if they stumble, then it's more like they fall for something a little harder than usual, and so therefore you get to take +1 against them, as opposed to them being tricked for a longer period of time.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense to me.
Yeah. And if, of course, if the trick that you're pulling is, like, honestly, it'll only stand up to scrutiny for like 5 seconds, then, you know,
Choose a different one.
well, then if you don't choose the deceit for some time, then maybe you trick them long enough for you to be able to get into the building. But then after that, the person might be like, wait a second. Right?
My favorites. Yeah.
Thank you.
Young Sue just kind of like shrugs nonchalantly. Well, it looks like I'm gonna be taking myself out for dinner. Thanks for the. It was really cool. It's not something I would get a chance to do normally, and good to meet you as well. I hope your seeking of knowledge goes well.
Who are you saying this to?
Jai. The general. Goodbye.
Very,
Goodbye.
very generous.
Farewell.
And young Sue will leave with a ha still on his leg, of course.
And you're not paying attention to the person who invited you along to this whole expedition?
I don't know. Is she paying attention to me? I will go. You are
God
great.
damn.
I know. I will go. I will
God.
go. Speak to now Oda out of earshot of these two, Jai and
Now definitely seems a bit more reserved than before.
Did you find what you were looking for?
I was never going to find what I was looking. I was never going to find what I was looking for.
Oh,
That wasn't part of the deal. Not today.
right. I guess I didn't either. Huh.
It's all right. Sometimes it's enough to take steps.
But if the path is laid out before you, why can't you just run down it? That's how I've always done things.
Perhaps.
Is your path laid out before you? Do you know where you're going?
I know where I'm going next. Perhaps that's all I can ask for.
That's good enough. It was very good to meet you, and thank you for letting me come along.
Of course.
It's very, very kind of you to take a risk on a young nobody like me.
Good luck.
I bow,
No, Bow's over there.
Oh, sorry.
No, now's over here.
Oh, right. Okay, and then I curtsy. Good, and
Well done.
thank you, and well done. And I'm gonna. Woof. It's getting rough. I'm gonna leave and I guess try to bump into Bao. Or no, I'm heading towards the tea shop.
Yeah.
A little bit of the soup just pops out of the bow.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Because I'm a soup dumpling, apparently.
delicious.
Yeah, that would definitely basically be like a block or two towards the place, and then watching for young Sue.
Okay.
How are you feeling?
You're speaking to Jai here?
Yeah.
Like I've renewed purpose.
That's good. That's like the most we could hope for.
I did not believe I would feel the way that I do. I'm sorry if I gave you any indication that I had doubts.
You didn't, but you definitely got the most up close and personal response to your question. And I wouldn't be doing my due diligence if I didn't check in with you. Would you like to go on a date with me? I was just
Now, I just want to ask.
thinking.
You clearly said this.
Yeah.
Do you care if anyone else around you heard, or are you trying to be very?
I mean, I was kind of under the
waiting
impression
for
that
a
most
private
people
moment.
were like
Yep.
fairly distant.
That's fine. I was just making sure that you weren't like trying to make a big
No.
proclamation. Like,
No.
thank you all for coming
No.
here. I want one of you to get up on this.
That wasn't the intention, but now that you mention it, it sounds so appealing. I was just thinking, if you wanted to, we could go for a picnic in Avatar Cora Park. I know this place, there are food vendors nearby. Food vendors nearby. That would be awesome. Okay, focus, Liz. There's one place he calls himself the Komodo King because he makes
my God.
skewers of Komodo chicken.
I'd like that.
I've heard that they actually use enough chili. That's great.
Tomorrow isn't going to be a great day for me. How about the day after?
Sure. Yeah. Just before you go.
Why not?
I look forward to it.
You too.
And he nods, and then someone says, Jai, come here. We have to discuss. If you'll excuse me.
Of course. Bye.
And as Jai goes down, there's just this tiny little... As he walks off.
It's charming.
With a little skip in my step, I do slip out of that temple so that hopefully nobody notices that I left. And start power walking.
Time to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Or rather,
Yeah.
the classic Don fashion.
So you're headed towards the tea shop?
I would probably be actively trying to convince Bao to just go without Don.
Well, yeah.
Don can
I
meet us
thought
there.
that was the plan.
Oh, great! Yeah, fuck yeah, let's go.
I don't know how long it's gonna take Dawn to do whatever
But
she needs to do
her
after
duties,
she
yeah.
speaks to my cousin.
Excuse me.
I'll just have to put family matters after her social engagements.
Bao, you don't have to tell me everything about it, but what's the deal with your cousin?
He exists. Yeah.
That is a deal.
Yeah. I'm.
Just got the sense that maybe you have
He's a
history.
member of my family, and I am not currently involved with family business.
I understand. I mean, at least, yeah, no, I understand what you mean. If you ever need them to be dissuaded from making contact with you or anything, just let me know. I can help. I want to help. That's what I'm saying. I want to
That's
help.
very kind.
Nope, that's a little too... that's also a little too...
Pak Pao's
That's
Yakamoto
the spirit
Skewers.
world already. Okay, here we go.
I like Sergeant Bao's bows. Okay.
when you reach the tea shop, normally when it starts to get dark, there's a couple of lanterns that are lit. They're not. And Kaiming's not there. Sitting just at, like, up to the bar, you see that there's an older man. He's hunched over and he's wearing the casual blue clothes of someone from one of the water tribes. There isn't, he doesn't have like the wraps on. He's not carrying a weapon, and he isn't bundled like somebody who's just arrived and they're like, oh, I'm not used to the fact. Like, he looks like he's comfortable here. Long hair, easily down to past his shoulders, shockingly white and stringy. Some of it is pressed a little bit against his face as if he's been sweating recently. And he's sitting there and he's got a glass in front of him and there's ice in the glass but nothing else.
Looks like the shop's closed early tonight.
That's weird. Doesn't normally.
Pardon me, sir.
The water tribe man looks up. His hair falls away. He is strikingly handsome for somebody who's clearly old, past 70. His face shows the kind of crags that you'd expect from somebody who's clearly lived, but his eyes are bright, sharp.
Okay, so his handsomeness is unexpected.
It's not
in
so much
terms
that
of,
it's
like, not
unexpected. It's
expected.
just that, like, he's like a hot old man, as
Nice,
opposed
okay.
to someone being like a, grizzled. I'm like,
Veteran.
right?
Makes sense.
Is the glass a glass from the shop?
Yes.
Okay, great. Sorry to bother you. I was just curious how long ago the shop closed up for the night.
It hasn't been open since the protest.
Protest.
You weren't here earlier today. There was a protest.
No, we were away. I'm gonna start looking around if there's any signs of violence, if there's any signs of where Kaiming might have gone.
Okay, so it sounds like you're assessing a situation.
That's what I'd like to try to do.
Go for it.
Thanks.
It sounds like
I rolled a 9.
a 9. Okay, so you can take one of the questions available to you and assess the situation.
Ooh, and I have an extra one, but I don't think that'll be useful here. Nope. I'll keep that one for later. What should I be on the lookout for in this tea shop?
Not in the tea shop, but you notice that there's a few other water tribe people who are around this area who are watching. There's at least 2 in the noodle shop that's across the street.
Right.
There's one in the street who is currently, while it looks like she's trying to pay attention to somebody who's doing a 3-card Monty-esque game, is actually every once in a while glancing towards the tea shop.
I look
So
down.
4.
Okay. Thank you.
2 in the noodle shop, 1 over there, and then there's the person who's here.
Okay. Got it.
I gesture towards this glass. It couldn't have been that long.
Why do you say that?
I assume it's above freezing out.
Oh, yeah.
It's true, I suppose you could have kept the ice chilly, if you wish.
The 2 of you seem like you've been here before. Where is Tatik? We've been looking for him.
We're here for Kai Ming. This is Kai Ming's shop.
Where's Tatik?
I don't think we know what you're talking about.
He rolls down the hem of his over jacket
Yeah.
and shows the same symbol
Oh.
of the Southern Water Tribe's Special Forces.
If he wanted to be found by you, he would have made himself seen.
Unless he was taken. But we don't have any reason to suspect that, do we?
Do we still have the spare key to water his plants?
Isn't really a lock.
Oh,
Like there.
high tech.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, no, there would be a lock. There.
Okay.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah,
would
you
have
would,
it. So
you would still have access to it. He never asked for one back.
Yeah.
That's true.
Then, yeah, or if we want to conveniently make that the entry point for Dawn to rejoin us.
If that works for you.
Hi.
Plant needs watering.
I'm on it.
You should go with her.
Come on. Let's go check in on that cactus. I
Don't
will
need to say it like that.
hurriedly fill in Dawn on what I know, which is just that there's some Southern Water Tribe Special Forces people here for Tatik.
Bao, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Pulling up a seat, not at the same table. But I'm picturing like little tables for two people, so
Yep.
the next table over, so that I'm still facing the gentleman. Ideally, in such a way that I can.
Like
Also
he's
get-
sitting at the bar.
Oh, okay.
So you can be sitting
I'll
at
sit
the
a
table
few
next
seats
to the bar.
down,
Or a few
from
seats
the,
down
on the
bar.
bar.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
and like leaning on it, which will also let me get a 180 of the street around me.
Thirsty?
If you have something to offer.
He reaches from behind the bar, pulls out a glass, and then just with a slow motion of his hand, scoops out some of the water that is nearby in kind of like an ice bucket, along with some of the ice, and just lets it fall into the glass, bending the water in there, and then moving the glass along to you.
Very appreciated. Are you here to extract him?
We just want to know where we can find him.
This would be the place. Which is why, if you haven't encountered him, he's either missing or has chosen to go missing.
And what do you know of him? Because no one else would have changed their tune when I showed them this. And as you drink the water, you feel it grow very, very cold as it approaches your mouth to the point where it starts to freeze.
That's scary.
Can I fight this?
You can, like, spit out the water and...
Yeah, I'll do my best to politely just back into the glass.
He stands up, faces you.
Do you want answers, or do you want to fight?
My joints aren't what they used to be.
It's much easier to speak when my mouth isn't frozen.
All right, we're in combat.
Oh, God!
Okay.
Okay, what happened? Oh, no.
No.
I clearly botched my diplomacy check.
I'm
I was
also
so
like,
polite. Oh no, Val.
Okay.
It was...
Great. That means we are in combat, and it's just me out here.
Yep,
We'll be there.
Great.
that is very much true.
So
So
you're choosing an approach for each NPC.
I am
and
choosing an approach
I
for
will
each NPC.
choose an approach for myself.
Okay, I have chosen my approach.
Great. Gonna take me a hashtag have a second.
What? No, nothing. This is funny.
Who are you today? You're up against Jet.
Oh, sick! Gee,
Suki. Not really elementally appropriate, but I
his
don't care.
ass.
She's amazing.
yeah.
She uses war fans. That's an air tool.
Yeah.
Kiyoshi certainly used her
Yeah,
fans to
specifically.
airbend.
Yeah.
All right, while you're deciding,
Yeah. Sorry.
so as the two of you are going up and approaching the room, you see that the door's been forced open. It's closed, but like the latch is no longer seated properly.
And you filled me in on everything. At
Yeah.
This point.
Some sort of protest? I don't... Oh, no.
I don't know if it's possible
to just sense vibrations to see if I can feel someone on the other side of the door.
Sensing vibrations is, in fact, an advanced technique.
Truth.
Which you do not have
I do not have it.
yet.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll find a teacher.
I'm going to lightly knock on the door. My plan B.
Good one.
Come in.
Do
It
I-
is not a voice you recognize.
Just in case you were about to
I
lunge
was
forward.
absolutely ready to blast the door down. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna stand out of sight of the door and get my staff ready.
I'm just here to water plants.
Maybe you should come back another time.
Oh, fiddlesticks. I was told that I had to water the plant today. Otherwise, I won't get
Come
paid.
back later.
Who are you?
Yes.
Leave. Do you want to roll a trick? Go ahead and roll your trick.
Sure.
Kate?
I have chosen.
All right.
Emperor,
We reveal,
defend and maneuver.
defend, and maneuver.
Oh,
okay.
Defend and maneuver off.
Kung Fu Fenris, the cards are there. They're actually part of the official set. I have cards in order to lock in what my NPCs have chosen to do. So yeah, I
I can
have.
rip John for a second. I don't know if it'll be in focus. No, not really. You can sort of make it out.
There. Defend and maneuver.
It's cool.
But yeah. Hurt.
All right, so we're both defending and maneuvering, which means you need to make your roll.
Yes.
It was an 8. So I would like to choose they stumble. Take +1 forward to acting against them.
Okay. We don't need any plants watered. Now get out.
There is a succulent on that sill that desperately needs water. Cactus.
The door pulls open and just a very harsh looking face pokes out. There's a big scar right across his forehead. He has otherwise like his features are very much like plain. Not what you would consider like overly or underly attractive. The scar is kind of nasty looking though. And when he opens his mouth, his teeth have like definitely rotted a little bit. Leave.
I don't know you, but I don't think you're the one who lives in this room. I like to frequent this tea shop, and I've never seen you before as one of the residents. Who might you be, sir?
There's this like disbelief of like, why am I talking to you? That just rushes across his face. Kate.
I rolled a 6, so I'm going to shift my balance away from center in order to be able to still take a move.
Okay.
Yeah, so that gives me 7, which means I can at least use a technique.
Okay. Your opponent,
Yeah.
the waterbender, is going to ready. So he is pulling water from the bucket that he served you from alongside the glasses that he had. He's going to encase his hands in them. He now has access to water's shards that are coating his hands, just getting ready to fight you.
Being familiar with this particular area, I'm going to seize a position. I'm going to climb up, using like chairs and tables and stuff, climb up onto a position on top of a block of tables that are pushed together for a group. And roll my shoulders back and drop into what would typically be considered a Fire Nation fighting stance.
Oh.
So something in the realm of Kung Fu.
I think it's actually for that it's
Fire
Shotokan
Nation?
Karate.
Oh,
Kung Fu is Earth Nation.
oh, okay. You probably know more about it than I did. Great. That
Surprise!
I mean, tell me if I'm wrong.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. They're more coded
Punches, kicks,
Japanese.
strikes.
No, they're coded more Japanese
They are,
than
yeah.
Chinese, of course, of course.
Yeah.
So it would be karate. Okay, great. That. So I drop into Fire Nation type fighting stance.
Earthbending's Hungar, yeah. All right, so we've both kind of helped each other out. So you've seized a position.
Mm-hmm.
So any foe engaged with you can mark a fatigue to block this technique. They're not going to.
Great.
So you've established an advantageous position. I am going to therefore argue that you are now currently favored.
Perfect. Thank you.
And my guy is prepared. All right. Back to you.
Don, duck. I out of sight. I'm hoping to be able to swing my staff with enough force over Don's head to smash the door down
I duck.
and you know, surprise the guy.
Okay.
That's what I'm hoping to do.
All right. So you're relying on your skills and training here.
Mm-hmm.
I assume because you're using your staff.
I am. Walls can't hold me. When I rely on my skills and training to smash my way through walls or other obstacles, I can roll with passion.
Roll with
I gotta do
passion.
that. Ah! So I say it passionately.
Passion.
El pasiones. Oh ho! Hello. 13.
Nice.
Okay.
Off the scale.
So you're trying to smash through the wall towards him, or are you trying to just smash
The
through him?
door
Yeah.
into the room beyond.
Okay, so you smash through the door and you knock him senseless. He reels back as like you've got your
Yeah.
Is your staff separated?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay, so you can either choose one of the two things. You can either have him just be knocked to the point that he's like knocked out, or you can trap him with your staff. That essentially means that he will be. We'll say that we'll give him the status of trapped.
Okay. I'm gonna choose knocked out. Actually.
Boom! So you blast
Wow.
through. His room has been tossed. It looks like everything has been checked over, under. There's piles of shredded clothes on the bed. Somebody has, like, presumably this person has been searching this place. The person who you have knocked out also wearing. Hey, thanks for the raid and the
Mid combat.
follow mid combat here. Also clearly wearing Water Tribe clothing.
Because I wasn't sure if he was with the people downstairs or not.
Well, now you are.
Okay.
I mean, you only saw his face, so
I would be bang on my face. Oh, geez, that's Kai Ming this whole time.
Oh no!
Bam.
all right. Kate,
Yes.
I guess we're gonna enter into another round.
Yeah.
At this point?
I mean, I'm happy to say stuff, but
Yeah, let's say some stuff.
Let's say some stuff.
You have questions, I have answers. You're not going to get them if you knock me out.
I don't need answers for you any longer. I just need you to be quiet.
You're lost.
Now we'll enter into another round of combat.
Yeah.
All right, so
Oh yeah, I have to choose what I'm doing and not lose my die.
Got it.
My fancy custom die.
I have chosen.
I have chosen.
Ready?
Yeah.
Advance and attack.
Defend and maneuver.
All right. As a result, defend and maneuver goes first.
I need to roll first and then declare.
Yep.
Right. Doop-de-boo.
Readers, we're gonna check
So
out
that's
what you've been
6,
playing.
which means nothing but because I am favored,
Yep.
and I don't want to move my balance over. I still get an additional technique even on a miss.
Yep.
So I'm going to retaliate. Bow crouches down into a slightly lower stance, and starts watching specifically the motions of his hands in preparation for whatever he may be bringing on. So if he inflicts fatigue, a conditioner shifts my balance. I will inflict a fatigue in exchange.
Good shout.
All right. So, first thing that he's going to do, he's going to whip some of the ice talons that he basically built around his ice directly at you. This is a strike. So you can choose to either take, you can mark 2 fatigue, mark a condition, or you can shift your balance away from center.
I'll take the 2 fatigue, which will
Right.
make him take 1 fatigue in exchange because
Yep.
of this.
I've added 2 fatigue for you.
Thank you.
The next thing that he's going to do is then he's going to take the water that's come around here, and then he's going to pull it, smashing the table around you
Oh, God.
to sort of drag you back down into the ground. This is going to give you the impaired status. So you can either take 1 fatigue now, or you can take -2 to all physical actions.
I feel like I'm going to want to do physical actions, so I'm going to take the extra fatigue.
Okay, but I have marked 2 fatigue
Yeah,
for myself
great.
because of your defense.
Yeah,
So you're at 3 fatigue.
correct.
He has marked 2 fatigue. He may have had additional fatigue before this. We don't know. We're going to go back to these other 2, and we'll decide if we want to keep going around in this combat.
Thank you.
Back to you.
That was so cool. I run over to search his pockets.
You find a few random coins.
I don't take them.
However, you do notice that in the hem of his clothes,
Oh my god.
you see the same symbol that Tatik showed you before.
Don, focus. We have to go help. Come on, bow downstairs.
Okay. I do a quick check under Tatik's bed because that's where all of the stuff was hidden. I assume there's nothing under there.
You don't see
So he
Someone
either
smart.
took it with him or
Or
someone
someone
has
else
it. Yeah,
has it.
exactly.
you don't see anything there.
I am grabbing Don by the arm, and we are, I'm pulling her out the door and back down the stairs. I'm rushing back down to join Bao.
I let myself be pulled.
Okay. Kate. We can talk now if you like. You can talk now if you want.
Oh, thanks.
You couldn't just walk away from this, could you?
You couldn't correctly determine whether or not to respond to reveal your alliances. I've given you your answer.
But you
Causing a
haven't learned
ruckus.
the lesson.
Will not keep your silence. It will only make more noise.
I'm ready to continue combat if you are.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Can I establish that I brought my glass with me?
Yeah, sure.
Great.
Cool.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep, that's all right. Sorry.
As you're on the way down, you can definitely hear some rummaging around in one of the other rooms that's above the tea shop.
Damn it.
Go help out.
Okay. If anything happens, shout.
You'll be able to hear me. I can scream really loud. I start running back to the door.
Youngsu will tuck. Yeah! Youngsu tucks that away for later, I guess. And pummeling
So
down.
you're heading downstairs. You're
Okay,
heading
okay.
down the hall.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Evade and
Evade and
observe.
observe.
Oh!
Amazing.
Okay. So I will reset
think
one
it's
of your
just
fatigue.
Thank you.
Every time.
Go ahead.
Rolling with creativity.
Yeah. Ow!
7.
Ow!
That's good enough.
All right.
So I am going
Yeah.
to test your balance.
Amazing.
I am marking 1 fatigue to challenge an engaged foe's balance. I am going to ask what your principle is, and you must answer honestly. I know what your principles
Tradition in
are.
progress.
Okay, there you go. But now
Ta-da.
he does.
Yeah.
And then he tilts his head. Maybe it's that you just can't let go on principle. Maybe It's because you just can't handle what we're trying to do to shake up the future.
That sounds bad.
And he's also going to spread the water that's underneath you. He's just going to slick it down. He's basically slicked the water underneath your feet, not the ground itself. He's hindering you. He's trying to give you the impaired status again.
Okay.
You can take an action as well.
So sorry, you gave me which status?
Impaired again.
Great. And yeah, my...
That only takes effect at the end of the round. So.
Yeah. Why did it feel like there was more words on this? But it wasn't. Okay, I'm gonna bolster or hinder.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to drop the glass and kick it out towards the street.
Okay.
And use the sweeping motion of my foot to, in what again would be a typical way for like a kick of fire, but instead it's going to be a blast of air that's quite forceful,
Okay.
with the intention of surprising him and thus setting him a bit off balance.
Sure. Sure. I'm down for that.
Yeah.
I am
That would
going to give him.
Maybe stunned because he's caught off guard. I don't
Stunned
know
is
if
a
that's
very
too powerful.
serious condition, but
Definitely not doomed or
I
trapped
will
is the trouble.
definitely give him impaired.
Okay.
So now we're both impaired.
Great.
So the two of you,
right.
this is essentially the way that the fight would go, is that the two of you are constantly like putting each other like off and, you know, but we're not actually doing much damage yet. But of course we are still racking up
Yeah.
the occasional bit of fatigue. But at this point, the door will crash open and you will appear.
Taking in the scene and immediately launching myself into the fray.
All right. For you.
I creep up to the door.
Okay.
I'm trying to get a sense if the sound on the other side is more like looting, more raiding of the room.
No, you're hearing metallic jangling. Here, let's see. What would be a
God, I wish it was a metal bender.
assess the situation?
You made your choices.
I did.
We're still in the. No, we're not.
Creativity is
Roll
roll you're right. Oh no. Gotta find that teacher.
Fam.
Okay. So you hear metallic jangling, but beyond that,
Cool. I kick open the door with a palm full of sand in my hand.
Pocket sand! Oh!
I'm ready.
I mean, like, look,
It's so good.
that's not necessarily a bad way to do things.
I do like it.
You kick open the door. It's dark in here. There's only a single candle that is lit at the far end of the room, and it's silhouetting somebody who is kneeling in front of it, and you hear the sounds of tightening leather. And you hear just a very familiar voice. Are they messing up my tea shop?
Yeah. Are you okay?
No. And the head turns a little bit, and you can see just like one small glint of her eye in the fire. Do we have to do something about it?
I have to do something about it.
Why?
Because you're our friend.
But do you know where Tatik is?
No, I don't.
Then we have a bigger problem than we thought. She turns a little bit more, and you can see that her face has been painted white. Back to the two of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're showing me. Wrong stack.
No.
Oh shit. Stun. Wait a second.
I also was like,
I'm favored? Thanks, Kate.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm inspired by you.
oh,
Another round?
Yes. So for impaired, I'm going to take another fatigue if you have that still open on your end.
Yeah, I have you here.
Great.
Okay, so
I think Youngsu just whirls into the fight. I don't even think there's any discussion necessarily at this point.
I am impaired, but I also need to select a thing.
I just gotta go for it.
Okay.
Selecting a thing. I feel like in the world of the fiction, I would be trying to overwhelm this guy immediately.
Yeah.
But I have backups in case he's
That's
tough.
okay. Great. I have to decide what I'm doing and go with it. I think I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfecto.
Great.
Good. We're ready.
3, 2, 1. Evade and observe.
Evade and observe.
Advance and attack.
Oh, who would have fucking guessed?
Look, it won't
right.
be like this always.
I'm reducing your fatigue again, Bao.
Yes,
Because
please.
you've
Thank
done
you.
that. All right, so then first would be the advance and attack. So you can roll for this.
Yes. I'm not gonna mark angry. I'm gonna roll first. I'm not gonna mark angry.
I'll
I'm
just
gonna
play
roll
it.
first. That sucks. That's okay.
It's okay.
I'll take it. I rolled a 5.
Just a 5. You have no.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh my God. I have passion. You're right. Yeah. I rolled a 7. Thank you, John.
Hooray!
Come on, Scott, don't screw yourself up.
Don't do this. Okay. Great. Perfecto. I am going to
So you can take one action.
take one action. Yeah, I can't use my learned technique, which is what I was hoping to do. That's okay. Maybe next time. I think wanting to get a sense of this guy's fighting style,
Stoil.
Youngsu's gonna whirl into action against him. I'm gonna use strike.
But can you block it?
Whoppa!
Okay, so you're striking.
But essentially, seeing that he's got like ice or access to water, I'm gonna see if we can keep our distance. The 3-section staff comes out and is trying to whip him away, maybe drive his hands up into a blocking pattern.
Okay.
But it's strike.
All right, I'm gonna inflict a condition on him.
Okay.
He's going to be impatient as he continually is using just shields of water to block both sections of your staff. But he's getting frustrated because he's not used to dealing with the fact that your staff has multiple moving parts.
Yeah.
Which is what?
And they all fly around at random, essentially. Like, it's so wild. Kind of. I mean, it's cooler when Youngsu does it, but yes. Okay, thank you.
It's cooler than Youngsu does.
Look.
All right. So he continues to block this, just like and then he turns to face Bao. Evade and maneuvers.
And observe. Link the
Oh, evade and observe. Yeah, not maneuvers.
8, so I hit.
I love that 10. I love that juicy 10.
And juicy 10.
That nat
so
12. Different game. Love it.
Now that Youngsu is in the fray, and that I've exposed that I'm an airbender, I'm going to carefully flip away from the smash table and all of that, and start channeling some air to speed up the rotation of his staff sections.
Nice. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
So you're bolstering him.
Bolstering my hand.
Whoa!
All right, Scott.
out of control.
I'm going to say that's going to give you not the doomed.
Whoa.
You were too cool.
You're favored currently.
Awesome. Thank you.
However, as this is happening, the waterbender blocking these strikes. Couldn't hack it as a firebender, ended up as an airbender, but it still eats at you, not being able to follow in your family's footsteps again. is testing your balance.
How dare you?
Is shifting your balance away from center.
So it marks a fatigue.
He marks a fatigue.
Great.
But this does mean that for you, Kate,
He's
your
moving
balance.
me at tradition, so he's moving me towards tradition.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. You don't know me. Stop trying to pretend you do by what little you see.
Okay. And then the other thing that he is going to do is he's going to. He'll smile, and you see that he gains this sort of like deep self-confidence within him. He's committing.
Oh.
I feel like I've heard of warriors.
We need to find Tatik, and we need to find him now.
Okay.
She steps up, and she is dressed in armor that looks like it's from another age. It is not what you would normally see anybody in Republic City wear. Are you familiar with the armor of the Kyoshi
I
warriors?
feel like Don. Because
I'm asking if you're familiar.
me. Yes, me. I am.
All right. And she is indeed carrying 2 war fans in her hands.
I feel like I've just heard legend. Okay, I need to talk to you about this later. What can I do?
We need to find Tatik.
Okay.
We need to find him now.
Right. I don't think he's here. There was this weird guy in his room, and Youngsu knocked him out. A lot of his supplies have been combed through, destroyed. Things are gone.
Okay. Listen carefully.
Yeah.
I know that there are people who are trying to find him. I will destroy this place if it means that it will slow them down. If there's anything that you have here, you need to get it now.
I have Youngsu and Bao downstairs.
That's a different problem.
Okay, good.
Swap back to these 2.
Yeah.
Round?
Yes.
Round. We're continuing.
Decision made.
Oh. Okay.
Good luck,
decided.
fam.
Bye.
I believe in you.
Yeah, I have. This is gonna be a bit surprising, but I'm also.
okay.
I've chosen as well.
Great.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Evade and observe.
Stand and maneuver.
You
Shit.
go first.
Damn it. Okay. Yeah. John, I'm gonna choose
He's
to.
breathing heavily, by the way.
This guy.
Yeah.
Nice. I'll get him. I'll get him. I'm gonna choose to live up to my principle
Okay.
of force to allow me to roll with force rather than
Sure.
focus. In this moment, I think Youngsu is just like, yeah, the bolstering effect of the air has caused him to believe that he can do anything. He's going to try to what am I trying to say here? He realizes the only way through this guy is with an overwhelming show of power. I'm gonna roll with with force. I have to mark a fatigue for that.
Yep.
Alright.
So that's a 10, I think.
It is a 10 indeed.
That seems like a good thing to roll.
It's pretty good. So I'm choosing, one from this list. Plus, I'm favored. So I'll take a couple, couple different things here. Okay.
It still has to be in.
Yes,
the
defend and maneuver. It would appear that I can use 3 basic or mastered techniques within
Yes.
defend and maneuver. So I guess I'm using all 3.
Do you need time to figure that out? Or
I'm thinking about what the fiction of it looks like. Yeah, that's cool.
All right.
Thank you.
What about you? What's
I'm going to
first of all, we'll reduce one of your fatigues.
fatigue. Thank you. And I have to roll before I decide what I do. 8, so I succeed. So I'm going to commit. You think you know me by what you see. You have no idea of the potential of myself, of my nation, and how little your organization means.
I knew that your nation needed to be able to do things in a more direct way to get things done. Don't you feel helpless at times? Okay, so we're gonna shift your
Balance towards.
or center, because I
Yeah.
assume that's what you're.
Yeah, I was moving it towards progress.
Not away.
And then is he trying to shift my balance away? Is that his action again?
Yep.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Cool.
Oh!
Oh,
So
We're
he's taking
teetering.
another fatigue.
Oh yeah, no.
But he clears the fatigue and takes it again.
Yes.
So it's like a neutral. He's staying at the same amount of fatigue. So
Yeah.
we just need to tire him out.
But you're
Yeah.
clearing your fatigue.
Yeah,
by evading and
exactly.
Observing. Scott.
Yeah, still considering, sorry.
Okay.
So I
Oh no, you ready or not?
yeah. The show of force here is noticing that he seems way more interested in Bao. There's going to be a brief moment of trying to pressure him and then deciding, no, I'm going to surprise this guy. Yangsu's going to step 1 foot on the bar and leap over him.
Okay.
So what I'd like to do is land on the bar behind him with my 3-section staff around him, potentially even trapping his arms in this moment.
Okay.
I mean, mechanically, it is ready, retaliate, and seize a position. So you tell me.
So
I've
you're
marked my
readying,
fatigue.
retaliating, and seizing the position.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. That's not ridiculous. It's
I mean,
just
it's
the way
wild.
it goes.
So I've already taken the fatigue that I need to take. I should anyway. Thing.
Just to double check where
Yes,
you're
3 is what I
All
have.
right. Sure. I'll let that go. So
Okay.
at this point now, trapped.
Yeah. Nice. Thanks.
Actually, right now he's both impaired and trapped.
Okay. So we're getting there.
Build me up, buttercup.
So yeah, he's he's definitely falling behind. Although he's trying to needle Bao.
Right. We are 2v1 at this moment, so there's that.
That is true. I will point out that there were other water tribe people that you saw at that, but they're not
yet.
joining in.
That's really good. So I'm currently holding him.
Okay, another round.
Yep.
and I run into Tatik's room, and if the cactus is still there, I take it.
The cactus has been knocked over.
I bend the earth back into it, pat
Yeah.
it down,
You can.
and
So you're grabbing the cactus.
I grab the cactus,
Okay.
and I turn to Kai Ming. You mean destroy? Like, is anyone left inside going to be killed?
No, I'm just going to knock the beams down.
But that implies killing if someone's still inside. I point at the unconscious dude on the floor. I cannot in good conscience leave him here if we're going to bring the building down.
And she bends down and just scoops him up and puts him on her shoulder.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cheers. Nice work, Kai Ming.
Fine. Can we go?
Uh-huh. I hasten to the stairs.
Okay. All right. Here we go. You ready?
Okay. Yeah, are we? No. Yes, of
2,
course.
1.
Evade and observe.
Evade
Evade
and
and observe.
observe. Go team.
Go team, evade and observe.
Clear that fatigue.
Nen.
Man, do you need
Yeah,
it?
we're
so
coming
Scott
for
and I
it.
each will clear fatigue.
Thank you.
John, do you want to do it?
Yeah, I got
Great.
it.
Thank you so much.
So that we don't
Wait,
both
I
try
also
to do
have to actually roll, eh?
Finally, I
Yay.
rolled above 7. I actually rolled 7 or higher. So that is now 13. So I get to do 2.
And I get to do one thing. John.
Okay.
We're all in the same kind of track, right? So I can
Okay.
essentially, what I would like to do, and this might affect Kate here, is test this guy's balance.
Okay.
Mark of fatigue acts what his principle is. Essentially, I'm going to do that by pinning his arms to his sides and just growling in his ear. If you need something, why don't you just ask for it instead of trying to take it?
His principle is justice.
Justice, honor. Yeah, justice. Got it. That's all I get.
Just us.
It's just.
And you rolled?
13.
Oh,
so I
sweet.
get
Yeah,
to do
go
2
for it,
things. So I'm definitely going to commit to recenter myself.
Okay, I'll just take care of that for you now.
Yeah. Add. Hi.
Whoops. Hi. Wrong.
Smexy.
Sorry.
Oh,
God damn it! I know. I'm sorry.
He couldn't resist.
I know. I love a camera.
Okay, so we have put your balance.
I am far more than just a cog in a machine. I am the machine that will overtake you and all who attempt to stop me. So that's my commanding.
Okay.
And
So good.
he's currently trapped.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to use my airbending to try to blow the water that's been spread around further away from him, basically just scattering it. So I guess that's a bit of it. My intention is a bolster or hinder.
And what are you trying to do?
Make the water less available to him.
Yeah, that he'd have to take time to like regather it.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know whether that's-
I get that.
So that's closer to readying the environment. That would be defensive
Okay.
maneuver.
Then I can't do that.
But you can definitely hinder him.
I mean, yeah. I'm just trying to think about how to do it with my bending in a way that makes sense. Because I also have like suction and brake, which are like why can't
Yeah,
I
just
do
start
suction
pulling
right
the
now?
air out of his body.
Yeah, I know. I can break his equipment, but he isn't like he's using water. So that's the thing is that I can't break the water.
No.
Like that's exactly it. So my technique is not used.
It is one of the disadvantages of you going against
Break
a water
his
bender.
fingers
Yeah.
individually. Oh my god.
God.
Because I can't commit twice.
Brutal.
And neither of my fighting break and suction don't make sense in this context because he isn't holding on to anything. He doesn't have anything I can break.
You could test his balance.
But I don't know what his balance is.
Sure you do.
Ooh,
You just listen
Justice.
to him.
Okay, so I get to
I'm
benefit
going to-
from that.
Yeah, I'm going to make it clear what it is, so you can continue to test his balance if you want. Normally you'd
'cause
have to
it's-
wait until the next round, but I'm fine with it.
Okay, because otherwise I can attempt to bolster or hinder, but I'll need guidelines as to what I can possibly do that is helpful,
Well,
like,
he's impaired-
narratively relevant.
He is impaired and he's trapped.
Yeah.
So you can stun him. You could you can either use airbending or you can literally just pick something up and just wang him over the head to stun him, which would be a pretty crippling.
Great. Then
status
yeah, what I'll
inflict.
do is I'll take my little
Or you could doom him.
telescope and
Oh yeah.
Put it against his throat and just go.
no, specifically I'm establishing a fact. This is a little multi-tool.
Yes!
And that it has a slight, like it's battery powered. Knowing technology as much as I do, I'm gonna twist it open and zap it against some of the moisture that's probably on him as a water bender. So I'm gonna slightly zap him, but it's like a battery as opposed to,
Like
and then a lightning bolt.
couple
or
of
like-
alligator
It's not like
clips.
the electric gauntlet.
No, exactly.
Right. So this would only really apply if he was, already.
Yeah. So in a way that it hinders him rather than inflicts fatigue.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sure. So he's stunned. I am going to argue at this point you've defeated him. If you want to have defeated him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Okay. So you are now about to be interrupted by you coming down, but I also think that might be a good opportunity to give people a break.
Ah.
Run. I needed to for the last hour.
So
A whole hour.
folks, we're going to take a 5-minute break. We'll be here. We'll be able to answer your questions. We'll be able to talk about what's going on. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you may see some ads. This is to attempt to avoid you getting ads right in the middle of the session. But otherwise, you got 5 minutes. Get up, grab a drink, eat a snack,
Water your cactus.
walk your cactus.
That too. Way to run into battle, young Sue.
That's what I do. Which, interestingly enough, aligns with what Scott does in these RPGs. Interesting. I like the flow of combat. It's a very cool system, and it feels like there aren't that many moves you can take, but there are really. There's like a nice assortment of things that you can do, narratively.
While you're in combat,
Yarp.
do you, because like we only played the one combat in session 1, and I think that was resolved after 1 round, so I've never played multiple
I think
rounds.
so, yeah.
When you're in the combat over multiple rounds, do you feel the like balance shifting in favor of one combatant or another? Like, do you get a sense that conditions are building up, statuses or whatever, for one side over another?
Yes, I do, but narratively, because we have a sense of what we're inflicting on the opponent, but like there's no kind of tracker that says like X health, X conditions. There isn't like a big tracker that's like this guy is now slightly less dangerous. He was preparing to do something with that confidence, right? But I don't know what it was. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm. It's not necessarily as obvious as say like they're bunking.
Yeah.
They're preparing to cast
Or
something epic.
I did 5 levels of lethal damage. Out of how many? I don't know, but like that's a quantity.
So it's a really interesting difference.
But you can, I think, feel, like narratively, you can feel the push and pull.
Yeah, that's cool.
System.
You want to feel what love is.
Exactly. I also use the washroom.
Bye.
Thanks again for the raid as well from A Tale of D20s. Apparently, Tale of D20s was just playing Avatar Legends. I think
There's
that's
no
awesome.
D20s in Avatar.
I know. I was like, what are you doing out
If
there?
anyone from the stream is in chat and you want to talk a little bit about what you do, please, please let us know. We would love to follow new channels. How are you doing, John? Do you need to get anything?
No.
You mean to do some solo vampage?
I mean,
It's just
as
this.
interesting as your soul.
It's just this for 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, the concept of combat here, I know that we're playing a little bit fast and loose occasionally with what's going on here, but like that's standard for us. We don't.
Yeah.
We are not beholden to the rules in the same way.
Well, we always skew narrative. We always will choose the option that gives us a more like interesting story or that narratively makes sense.
Yeah.
And this game seems to like lend itself to that really well. Do you find that as a...
I mean, that's what it's designed for. It seems like it's really a narrative-focused thing. There's a bit less of that kind of, how can I play with the various abilities that I have in order to eke out the most advantage in one particular situation, but maybe that's not a terrible thing.
Well, what's interesting is like so much of it, like you decide kind of like vaguely what you want to do between, defend and maneuver, advance and attack and evade and observe, but within that, you roll and then you make a decision that's more specific. Mm-hmm. So like I have, all these techniques, but I have no idea if I'll be able to do them until after I've rolled. And if I can't do them, maybe I can still do something else. I can still do a basic technique. So there's a few levels of decision making, which is kind of interesting.
Do you need anything?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah.
Kung Fu Fenris has thoughts. We like Kung Fu Fenris thoughts.
Yeah, it's not a move. It's not like I want to do all of this and then you roll to see if you succeed or not. It's okay, this is roughly ballpark of what I want to do. Then you roll and then you say, okay, this allows me to do this, or this. So there are pros and cons to that, from what I can see, is plus side, it means that you don't need to have planned out your entire move in advance, which means that if you fail, it's not as soul-crushing because you haven't decided what you want to do yet. If you don't roll high enough to defend and maneuver, you weren't really sure what you were going to do anyway.
The interesting thing to me is that it actually takes failure away.
Yeah.
And instead basically implies that you are still struggling, you are trying to catch your footing, you are attempting to maneuver yourself into a better position, as opposed to you attempt something and then it doesn't work. Mm-hmm. Which I think changes the way that we play. I don't think that one is necessarily like, absolutely, this is definitely better than the other one and that's the way it is. Because I think that there can also be some dynamic stories in finding out where your character has stumbled and fallen. In this one, it's a bit more of like, did my character find the right moment? Did my character succeed in what they were attempting? Because honestly, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
The way that it is.
Well, it's definitely nice to not have a super detailed idea of what you want to do. It's all mapped out. You've spent the other 2 PC's turns figuring it out, and then you roll and you don't get what you need. And then you're like, well, balls. Like instead,
Yeah.
it's a multi-tiered kind of process, which I like.
I mean, if I can, I know I missed part of this conversation, but just to jump in on that, like in this combat, we haven't had that many so far, so there will be more examples later. But like in this combat, a lot of Yongsu's techniques are advance and attack techniques. I chose
sense.
defend and maneuver specifically because I wanted to retaliate because I thought I was going to be attacked. I ended up rolling super well, had a bunch of techniques available to me, and none of them were the ones I wanted to use. And I didn't need to retaliate. However, like narratively, I just feel like it's still a moment where the character, is at a huge advantage, so he chose to use that advantage in a way that was unusual. And I tried to maneuver to like get a different position, and we trapped the guy. And
Yeah, like
whatever.
you were ready in case he did attack you.
Exactly.
Which is narratively interesting. I was wondering about this because I know that you have to declare who you're attacking at the beginning of
Engaged
the
with,
round.
yeah.
Who are you engaged with. So something like retaliate, can it possibly be used against multiple opponents? Like if there's a group of, say, 5 people and they're all attacking Yongsu, and he
Potentially,
chooses retaliate.
If those 5 are part of a group,
Right, okay, cool.
then yes, that absolutely could. Because if they're a group, they essentially have only one. They count as one NPC, just a stronger NPC than they would be individually.
Okay.
So then, yes, you absolutely could do it that way. The game is essentially designed in such a way that if I throw too many combatants at you at once, let's say that you are facing against 5 big deal characters, say. So they're not a group. They're all essentially considered separate. That means that 2 of those characters essentially get to do what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't be.
Like you just don't have, unless you can figure out ways to use like defend and maneuver or whatever to create areas for the entire, like to affect the environment. Yeah. Instead of individuals.
But
then
if you
might have a
used
better
retaliate in that instance, it wouldn't be effective necessarily.
So
like
retaliate very specifically
I'm curious
as a
about
defend and
that one.
maneuver. It's each time a foe inflicts fatigue on you. So it doesn't matter which foe it is.
So that's it. So if you were seriously outnumbered, no, I'm just talking strategy, I don't know. But like if you're seriously outnumbered, it feels like something like retaliate could be an interesting play
I
because then
picked
at
it
least every time.
My first round.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
'Cause I wasn't sure if the others were going to join in.
that would have been
That's
an
it.
ass. I'm glad they didn't.
So yeah, in that particular case, it's a good idea. Now, if they were considered a group NPC, they only get 1 attack on you.
So it would only work once, even if it was a group.
It
Okay,
would only
cool.
work once,
Yeah.
but then the trade-off is that they only get 1 attack.
Right.
If 5 people attack you, they could potentially deal you 10 fatigue,
Right.
Yeah.
Whoops.
right?
Yeah.
But at least then you're giving back.
You're giving what you get. In that
Yeah.
case. Okay, cool. Thanks. Thanks for that.
It's good to hear as well from Kung Fu Fenris as well your experience KFF because I know you've played or run the game as well, so it's interesting.
Are we ready to get back to it?
I think so.
Thank you for that, very good.
Oh yeah, me too.
You are joined by Don, and Kaiming is dressed like a mime with an attitude.
Not to be confused with turtle.
I feel like the general education of recent avatars exists.
Oh, you
So
definitely would
I
recognize.
feel like she looks like Avatar Kyoshi. Like in attire.
less so much she looks like Avatar Kyoshi, and more she looks like a Kyoshi warrior.
Yeah.
Like if you know what Avatar Kyoshi looks like, you know what a Kyoshi warrior
Yeah.
is.
So that's the thing. I'm just wondering whether or not I, being raised in the Fire Nation, would recognize it, but I feel like I would because of Avatar Kyoshi. And I guess Avatar Aang's, famous friends or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
They
I'm
did a
just
lot.
curious.
That's a good question. It sounds like you would have a good sense.
I think so.
I'm not
So
sure.
I think
I'm much less educated.
I'm playing that I've seen
You're
pictures of Kyoshi
But that's
warriors,
true.
That's
so it's like
exactly-
ringing
Yeah.
a bell, but I've
Yeah.
never seen one in person.
it's not like,
They're
what
like
the fuck
folk
is this?
heroes.
and
Yeah.
Who the fuck are you? Yeah.
I will say, the 3 of you, unless you've specifically decided to visit Kyoshi Island,
I've
you
never-
have never seen a Kyoshi warrior in full regalia, unless
Yeah.
it was
Right.
like somebody being like, "Look, this is what a Kyoshi warrior would look like." It's like
It's Halloween.
cosplaying.
Yeah. Oh, I've been to the Ember Island players.
Oh my god.
But, yeah. Okay, cool. But, like, so we know enough to recognize kind of what it is, but not necessarily know anything about what it means to be a Kyoshi warrior.
You know that they are
They're badass.
Elite, you know that they're
Yeah.
elite warriors who come from Kyoshi Island
Yeah.
in the Earth Kingdom.
Cool.
That works for me.
Are you two okay?
Yeah, we're fine. I'm gonna, release this Southern Water Tribe Special Forces guy, but keep him,
So you can see that
as it were.
the people who you noticed before, they're still very much watching.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like, but they don't know that you've clocked them.
Okay.
I will point out that these two don't know they exist. You haven't had the chance to tell them.
There's also an unconscious person over Kaiming's shoulder,
Sure.
as one does.
So, little bird. And I look at this older man. Perhaps it's your turn to sing?
So you're talking to
The Water Tribe guy.
you've defeated him, so you get to choose how he is at this point.
Okay. Yeah, I would say at bay
Because he's
not
he's
unconscious.
stunned.
Okay.
So you can put him in a position that basically ends his ability to resist without you just
Yeah,
dunking him on the head.
that's it. So I would like to, I guess, essentially place him seated, where we can talk to him.
Okay.
We don't have to be enemies here. You just need to tell us what's going on. We don't know anything about Tatik.
He's a renegade. We have to find him. Kaiming does not seem
Conceal the
pleased
fact,
with this.
and conceal the fact that
Watching.
anyone knows who he is or who you are.
I'm sorry, I don't understand what you mean.
He said, like, we have to keep you quiet because you know, or whatever, as part of his reason for fighting.
Oh, sorry,
So-
that's what you're referring to.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're working with him, you're an enemy of the Southern Water Tribe.
He claims to be of the North.
You're not doing them any favors either.
What makes him a renegade?
We just want to know what's going on.
You chose this fight.
I push the bucket of water slightly further away from him, as well.
If he starts to move, as into waterbend, you'll know immediately.
Okay,
And
great.
you'll be able to do something about it, unless the situation changes.
Yep.
Like, for instance, a whole bunch of other waterbenders show up, or Kaiming decides to collapse the boba tea shop.
Nice.
Good for her.
Tale of D20s came back. He's not who he says he is.
Then who is he? Why should we turn him over to you?
He's from the Southern Water Tribe, not the North.
He carries that same mark, and I gesture towards his collar.
And he's betrayed us. He's been delivering packages in order to be able to do something we don't want.
And so you're going to fight strangers in the street until you get him?
There's only so much I'm able to tell you, but if you are with him, you're against us.
You've picked an unfortunate group of folks to be enemies with.
And you've picked the wrong side.
You give us no clarity as to why we should choose your side. As to how you are not simply masquerading as what you claim to be.
And how do you have proof that he's not masquerading either?
I don't. But you are doing a poor job of convincing me to anything. I offered to speak to you, and you opted to fight me. You have lost. The consequence is that you need to convince me with your words now.
He's not laughing, I'm laughing.
That's good.
All right.
Yeah.
We can sort this out. We just need to go and visit the government house. Will you come with us then? And then he looks over and sees the passed out. Is he okay?
He'll be fine.
And
He was a
you
little
hear-
rude.
From him, you hear.
He was a little rude to my friend, you see. Which I should mention as well. I'm not sure if you brought along more special forces. But if you did, we'll want to make sure that we all go very quietly together. I don't stand for this kind of...
It's all right. Here, let's go. We'll talk to the officials in charge. They'll be able to answer all of your questions.
So and I list wherever the Water Tribe embassy is in the town
Yeah.
or whatever.
No, Republic City.
You have an arrangement with them. Then, something for critique.
Sorry, just to check.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
the government house. What? Because Don would
Yeah.
probably know what that is. What is?
This is the Republic City's seat of government.
But
Okay.
it's not. It doesn't.
But it's
have to
not
do
like
with
a
an
Water
embassy?
Tribe's like.
No, it's not like an
section or
embassy.
Okay, great. So he means just like City Hall or something similar.
Yeah, basically.
Okay,
Cool beans.
Yeah, see, I thought he was implying
Let's go talk to
let's
some
go
Water
talk
Tribe officials.
Yeah. And I was like, you aren't bringing me to some random warehouse that you claim is the
Lol.
government house. Yeah.
No, this baby
Great.
can fit so many water tribes
It's an
in it.
insignia on the door. It's totally legit. It's supposed to
It's in
know.
blood.
Yeah, it's blood.
So,
In blood, Jesus Christ.
You really dialed it up to a little.
Sorry.
so that would mean that you are working with Councilwoman Takada.
That's right.
Oh, that clears everything up. I'm so sorry for this misunderstanding. If I had only known, we were just with her earlier today.
That's great. Okay, then we just have to go and see her, and we'll get all of this cleared up
We
right
were
away.
scouting out into the spirit world for her. We were there, and that's why we didn't hear about the protests.
The spirit world.
She made an announcement at noon just before we went in to scout for her.
What were these protests about?
We missed the whole thing.
Scouting into the spirit world for Councilwoman Takada, you understand.
It's so good that you're working with her. She's a visionary.
But the protests
What were the protests?
were people wanting her to do more sooner. You can only move so fast.
The protests involve this idea that the spirit realm is supposed to be inviolate, away from humans. I had no idea what they were talking about.
And was anyone hurt by these crazy rebels?
No. No.
Thank goodness. I thought I saw fire.
There were a few effigies burned.
I truly apologize for this misunderstanding, sir.
I'm very pleased to hear that. Now, can we go?
I feel like I've been posture indicating that I am happy to.
Oh, so you're trying
Cozy.
to trick him.
Ah!
Yes.
Go ahead and roll your trick.
I'm ready to support. If you need it. You may not.
We'll see.
Ciao!
Cumming does not look happy.
Don's probably got a pretty shitty poker face on right now too.
I mean,
10?
10.
Well, then you can choose 2 of taking +1 forward to acting against this guy.
I want him to be deceived for some time.
Okay.
To counteract our stupid.
Or you can just trust that'll give you an additional opportunity, and I'll
You're like,
let you know what it is.
So on a
It's up to
10
you.
plus, I pick 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, folks, do you want the +1 forward against them, or do you want us to get an additional opportunity? Maybe the opportunity is my...
Yeah, let's
good,
do
yeah.
Let's do
it.
the opportunity.
Good.
So, I mean, he's believing that now you're fully on.
His side.
Councilwoman Takata has been monitoring the movements of the various corporations here. I know that you understand what they're planning needs to be stopped.
There's progress, and that is something that we must strive for. But their vision of progress is not a future that we want to live in.
Who's there? The corporations, right? Yes. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
A few sacrifices need to be made, but it's for the greater good overall.
Sacrifices.
The greater good.
The greater good.
And I definitely try to just be tap, 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 what are you doing, Don?
A few people need to find new homes. Some jobs need to change.
That tap, tap, tap returns to Young Soup.
There's the sound of knuckles cracking. It's not quite clear where it's coming from.
That's exactly it. We need to progress. We need to move beyond these old notions of the spirit world being some sort of untouchable, pure little garden. We need to we need to till the earth or sow seeds or whatever that turn of phrase is that I'm not.
Both.
Speaking of Earth, I have to top up this little guy.
Oh,
It needs some. It needs a sandy loam. Excuse me.
Kate, I'm shifting your balance 1 towards progress. 'Cause
Cool.
It's being very clear that you're. Or sorry, no, not towards progress. You're actually. I'm shifting it towards tradition.
why?
Because
I'm-
you're tricking him by basically saying oh yes, of course, progress is good.
But maybe she's telling the truth.
Wait,
Kate
what?
is telling the truth. Bao
I'm
is
sorry,
telling
I
the
am very confused.
So
That
are you?
by saying progress is good, I'm moving away from progress.
I was reasonably certain that you were being facetious.
I'm currently no, when we were fighting and he was trying to shift my balance towards tradition,
Yeah.
I was fighting back because what he was saying was bullshit. And so I'm leaning further into picking up the conversation from our fight of him being like, "Oh, tradition, tradition, tradition," me being progress, progress, progress. So my intention is to pick up that conversation and be like, "This is why during our fight I was saying how good progress is
Okay.
because we need to progress. We need to
Fair enough.
knock
I'm
away
shifting one
those-
towards progress.
I mean, I don't need to shift it all if you feel
I'm
like, right.
fucking did it.
Great, thanks.
Don is heading towards the door, just to get away from this conversation. So she's aiming to just go outside, but not go far.
Keming just dumps the guy who she's carrying. It makes zero effort to make it look like she's being kind, and just sort of "Buh." The waterbender looks up at him or her and just is like, "What the fuck are you like?" But is focused on the people who almost cleaned his clock. So
Kai Ming, perhaps you'd like to come with us to speak with the councilwoman. Seems important. This is your shop, after all.
her features darken considerably.
Nice.
I have something else to attend to.
More important than the evolution of Republic City.
She has her own life, and we disturbed her shop. I'm sure she wants to clean it up.
Yeah. Of course. Don't worry. We'll make the strides that are necessary. And I just can't meet her eyes.
It looks like she wants to take her war fans and do things to this guy's head. They may or may not be fatal.
Oh God! I think we should. Well then, if we have your word that we'll have an audience with her, let's see if we can iron this out.
I can get you in to see her instantaneously.
Good.
Excellent.
And I'm gonna stand him
start
up.
walking.
And, yeah, I don't need to like keep him trapped or whatever.
What about my friend here?
He should probably rest. He
Not here, he's not. Kailing just like now her ire is shifting gradually away from these guys to you.
Hooray! Young-soo.
I know a place where I can leave him for a time. Unless you do.
Good.
Great. Excuse me for a moment. And I'm going to sling him over my back. My plan is to bring him to the shitty little closet where I'm living. Young-soo has essentially rented a small room in someone's home. He doesn't have any money. It's the best he can do.
Oh, so you're taking a guy home.
Yeah. And I'm going to leave him there.
Passed out.
In my bed.
Drinking.
But later. Oh, yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
He was making rather merry at Christmas time, sir.
Okay.
Okay. That's the plan. And then I would, if we want to meet up somewhere, that's fine. And otherwise, I would return.
What about you, Don?
Don is really not happy at the idea of keeping up this ruse in front of a councilwoman, and is trying to communicate the fact that her poker face is fucking terrible.
I know that you have other matters to attend to follow up on our visit today. If you need to file that report, I'm sure that I can handle this.
You're right. I should get a filing. But I'll see you later for debrief dinner.
And that's when you hear Don.
I turn toward the voice.
It is the senior navigator.
Ruh-roh.
The senior navigator's name is... Let's just make sure that I'm not going to do the same mistake that I'm making.
Just don't rhyme it with ong and you'll be
Maybe I'll
fine.
start with TA.
Oh, God damn it.
It's... Because now I also have to make sure that I'm not copying a name from any number of other campaigns.
This is where it gets tricky, right?
His name is Watt.
Okay.
W-A-T. He has his hands crossed in front of his chest. What are you doing here? Why are you holding a cactus?
I was on my way to the market, and
You shouldn't be around these ruffians.
I came across a cactus
Oh,
that I
with
thought
the unconscious man just
I
walks
thought
by.
our guide would really appreciate. They were actually talking about wanting to lead a ritual next week about
We
the
have
benefits.
dignitaries at the temple currently discussing whether or not they wish to invest in our search for Wan Shi Tong's library. And you're here getting
Another
boba tea.
client who from the delegation, sir.
His head just whips to yours.
You can admonish her, but I must inform you that it is my fault. I convinced her to come with me.
You might remember Bao as being an honored member of today's delegation.
Watt not being there does not recognize
Oh,
that.
yeah. Like,
So, it is not my place to interfere with your structure. I apologize for interjecting, but Dunn was magnificent in leading our delegation today, and I must insist that I did twist her arm in asking her to come with me.
Well, I couldn't let you leave our beautiful city without experiencing the physical realm of the spirit world.
Cool. It sounds like you're
What?
trying to trick him.
Yeah.
Sure.
a what?
No, that's what.
That's what.
Damn it.
We're gonna have a whole like who's on
Who's up
first
first situation.
thing.
That is 7.
Yay!
God.
So you get to choose one. They stumble, they act foolishly, or they overcommit.
Act foolishly, please.
If you have been part of the delegation, you should know that a room has been prepared for you for the evening.
I am aware, and I will be rejoining you. I do have other matters to attend to. Unfortunately, my plate is very full on this very brief trip. Republic City has been very kind to me, and your temple is at the top of that list.
You must understand that to pull the Seeker away from her duties, it is, of course, frowned upon.
Something I would only consider for someone who was considering investing Senior Navigator.
Oh, that's not what I expected her to say. Oh, okay, hold on.
That said, it seems you
I
have
see. There's
to-
this softening of his features.
It seems you have to return quite urgently.
No.
I am so sorry.
No,
Of
no,
course,
no.
she should remain with you for now, but please understand that your duties will call you home soon. But of course, a member of the delegation's needs are more important. And he just bows and he starts, like, trying to back away from
For
this whole
complete
situation.
clarity, I am separate from the
Is not
Oda
hearing you.
clan,
He's-
and
he's
I am
gone.
considering a separate investment.
He's gone.
Fuck.
Sorry.
He's bought this lie.
Yeah.
So you can continue trying to dig
Yeah,
yourself in.
that's fine.
Don waits until he's out of sight and then moves to follow.
So as you can see,
So the waterbenders just what's
as
going on?
you can see, we have quite the connection with the spirit world.
Like I give a damn about the spirit world.
Councilwoman does.
Sorry. Yeah.
Whatever her political agenda is, that doesn't concern me. I'm here to find Tatik. That's all.
Well then, you can report back to her with us or without us. You seem to want us to come with you, though.
No, he was saying like, I can go to the councilwoman to show you that this is what I'm doing. He was trying to
Right,
help you,
right. Thank
not
you.
the other way around.
Well, we are operating multiple branches of her vision. It is good to be aware of the other pots on the fire.
I'll be sure to let her know that you are helping. What are your names?
She knows that we are helping. What is yours?
Yeah, so that I can tell her who I met.
No, sir. You were going to prove who you were and what you were in front of her.
We're going in circles.
Let us go to meet her.
If you want to, fine. He stands up and he dusts himself off. He clearly is not thrilled with the fact that he just got, like, pounced, owned.
By a couple of kids.
Couple of snot-nosed.
Maybe not kids.
I'm Suktuk.
Could you spell that, John?
Suktuk.
All one word?
Yes.
No.
Of the Southern Water Tribe. Water Tribe.
Very good.
Now, Oda of the Fire Nation.
Hold up.
Yes.
I want to see what his response
No, this is good. No, I
want
love
to
this.
see what his response
I'm
is.
super here for this.
Oh. All right.
I too was tracking Tatik.
In that case, you will not be needed. We don't need to go to the councilwoman. This has cleared everything up. Thank you for your time.
Not so fast. You have not proven yourself. You've given me a name that means nothing to me. You claim to be Southern Special Forces, but you've infiltrated Tatik's rooms. You could have stolen a change of clothes.
Now he looks curious. What? I thought we were on the same side here.
You claim to be. I have no proof.
This should have been proof enough.
Tatik bore the same mark?
Yes, of course he did. That was the point. And, like, clearly things are starting to not make sense in his mind.
Oh God, no.
Meanwhile, the guy who you're carrying along starts to sort of stir just as you're, like, dumping him into your closet.
Yeah.
The boy who lived under the stairs.
But fine.
Just hold on.
Oh, good, you're awake.
Oh, what's going on?
What's going on is...
Who are you?
Great question. I'm the guy who knocked you out. You're gonna rest. You're gonna take it real easy. You're gonna be real nice.
Why'd you knock me out? That's not very nice. Ow, my head.
You needed a nap to clear your head. You were doing some very bad things.
I don't think I was. Why are you being this way?
When someone talks to my friend in a way that I don't like, when someone treats the possessions of others as if they're theirs...
Of a criminal?
What do you mean a criminal?
Takes his hand.
Yeah.
He reaches behind and he pulls out a badge of Republic City Police.
What the fuck?
I need to know who you are right now.
I'm in a lot of trouble, hey?
Not yet. Not if you answer my questions and we can come to a reasonable conclusion about what just happened.
Young Su is gonna spill his guts. That's the pitch here. My name is Young Su. I'm here because we've gotten to know Tatik. I don't know what his deal is yet.
You know Tatik.
I know of him, yeah.
Excellent.
Well, of him.
Then there's someone you need to talk to. And he
Okay.
pulls himself up to a standing position. You're going to go see the councilwoman.
Oh no.
And he starts to walk off with you.
Shit.
Now we can go back to you two.
I was just trying to wrap it up because it seemed to be that direction that was trying to be pulled.
No.
Don is trying to like leave while you're talking.
Yes, that's
By
fine.
the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're now Oda,
You can report your failure alone. I know where Tatik is. I am tracking him. I am trying to acquire the asset that he has been concealing.
Gasp.
With as little to do as possible, hence attempting to not start a brawl in the middle of the street.
so you're leaving?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gone.
Right.
He's going to sit there and nod, and once you're gone, and you're already gone, the two...
Sorry, so were you close to me, or were you always separate?
I was bringing the unconscious
Yeah.
guy back to like my house
Yeah.
to drop him off.
Oh,
Like a different place entirely.
I thought that like happened and like yeah.
Oh,
So
okay,
I
and then I
lost
come
track
back.
of the
Oh, shoot.
geography.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
realize I was
My bad.
getting left alone with this guy.
Well, you're not alone. Kai Ming's still here.
coming.
Oh, I thought she had also fucked off because she was mad.
No, she's
No.
in her tea shop. And
yeah,
she
and I
just
thought we
didn't-
were walking
You're still
away.
in the... No, you haven't left
Okay,
the
I've been
shop.
trying to walk away with him for like the last 20 minutes
Oh, okay.
to like
damn.
continue his story. So I thought we were all walking towards.
No.
Okay, so I'm still near the tea shop, so I'm not being left
Yeah.
alone.
She's
okay, great.
leaving
Great,
to return
awesome.
back
Don
to...
would not leave without Kai Ming being there, so
Or
I think
someone, anyway.
seeing
I'll
Kai
leave.
Ming is
So
very
Kai
Okay.
Ming is still there,
She's
So I'm
trying to
still
pick
there.
up.
I haven't actually moved anywhere.
unless you want
No,
to
that's-
now.
No, at the moment, then I'm gonna stay put.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I
Yeah,
in
we
my
got a little
mind,
timey
we were
wimey
like
for a
most of
bit
the
there.
way towards the
Oh,
the
okay.
town hall by then. Yeah.
No, he had offered to go, but
Yeah, and I was like, yes.
but no one else was.
No
so-
one.
Great.
Some of us didn't want to go.
No, that's fair.
So he tilts his head, and the two other water tribe people come out of the noodle shop, and they start crossing the street casually. The person who is playing the 3-card Monty starts to approach. So now there's 4 waterbenders converging on your location.
Sorry, just that completely changes the... I was like, oh, we started walking. John didn't say 10 people are following us. Like, there's a whole lot of facts that I had decided on in my
Don't worry, you're not
mind.
in any
So I'm
immediate danger.
recalibrating here, sorry.
You're not in any immediate danger, don't worry. And if we need to stop and rewind, we can.
Yeah.
We're glad that you're here. Clearly, the deal that we've made is still on. You get the package, we get Tatik. Now, he seems to have disappeared from here.
Yes, he's very slippery.
Kaiming, like, there's this... You can tell on her face that she's just like, I'm going to kill, like, 9 people, but I have to figure out what and who. And she's also feeling a little exposed.
I didn't make her
No.
show up in her dinner.
What?
Who's in watching regalia?
Well, spread out around the city, he can't have gotten far, and we know he can't leave Republic City just yet.
Will you be more cautious next time?
Of course.
You can't destroy the asset. If it gets chipped or dented or dinged or a little too hot or a little too cold.
You made that clear. We'll be careful. Come on, let's go. And they... Actually, all of them turn around and they just start walking in separate directions away, as if they're trying to look for someone.
I take a seat in the chair.
You're not now Oda.
No, I'm not. I wanted to see how you'd respond. I wasn't expecting that. But I met her today,
We need to find Tatik before they do.
I suppose. They were coming here to find him. They didn't find him here. They were going to go looking for him anyway.
They broke into his room.
They did.
They owe me for a door.
And so...
Listen, I don't know why you're getting wrapped up with Tatik.
Because I came here to make sure your building hadn't burnt down. And this happened.
Oh. And for like a moment, the like murderous rage in her face just melts away. That's so nice.
Aw.
Thank you.
I
guess it's really bad that I was almost about to break this whole place down to collapse.
It's your
on me.
home. You can do with it as you wish.
It doesn't really
Or
belong
shop.
to me.
Oh.
I've been trailing Tatik for 5 years.
I'm gonna like reach around for a glass and like scoop
and then
it.
she takes her she folds her fans, tucks them into her sash, goes around behind the bar. Now there's people who are approaching and they're like, what is going on? As a Kyoshi warrior starts making you boba tea.
Amazing.
I'm sorry. What?
Passes the tea along for you. You can hear the rattle of
Nice.
the balls inside.
Yeah.
I'm Kaiming. I am not originally from Republic City.
Don't think they've set up a school here, no.
And I've been tracking Tatik and trying to gain his confidence for a long time now.
He's stayed in a room above your shop. But you say tried.
I was trying to get him to give me his package. You fucking... Oh, God damn it.
Please quote that, someone.
When it da 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 da. Thank you, Weirdness.
Those are animated ones. No. Well, we don't know it's not true. I'm just saying.
I think he's carrying something very dangerous.
We've been beginning to surmise that.
So, maybe we can help each other. And we're gonna
Yeah.
take our way out of here because we've split the party.
For now.
Let's go with Don.
She's heading straight for the harbor.
You are headed towards the harbor.
Yeah. She was told by Kai Ming they have to find Tatik, and gosh darn it, she's gonna go find Tatik or do her best.
Okay, so you are
She is a
You
seeker.
are-
Happens upon any of that dessert.
looking for Tatik,
Yes.
and you think that he might be at the harbor. And
It's the last time we met up with him, so
yeah.
she's doing
That's
her
fine.
best.
You do notice. So at first, your search yields absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're looking around. You are, in fact, encouraged to buy more sea prune stew.
She buys more dessert for her friend.
Oh, well, that's gonna get another punch on your card there.
This fucking guy.
Is it just one card that's shared? Because I
So
think
far,
Bao
yes,
has
it's
it.
just
Yeah,
one.
bad.
It's like,
Shit.
okay, if I start my own card, can we combine cards?
Oh, of course. You can
Thank
combine
you. That's
cards.
great. She takes her own card.
I hope the special prize is a bazooka.
I hope so.
But then, while
Or a
you
mirror
are
scale.
while you're walking around, after about an hour of searching around the harbor, the waterbender who they attacked shows up in the harbor.
The older gentleman?
Yeah. Are you approaching him? Trying
No.
to stay away from him? Hide from him?
I'm just trying to look like this is just part of my seeker routine. I am not approaching him, nor am I trying to make a
Seeking
point of
Tatik, I'm
avoiding him.
seeking deals.
I'm just trying to, play it cool.
Seeking a new sweater.
He looks like he's looking for someone.
Yeah.
He's being subtle about it. He's not like walking up to people and like roughing them up, or he's not like flipping over barrels.
Have you
being like,
seen
"Are you under here?" But he's moving around. He's doing much the same that you are.
I lean in close to the stew merchant. That guy over there? He's new to Republic City.
No, he's not.
Oh. Really?
He comes here all the time.
He does?
He's Water Tribe.
Well, yeah, but
Where else is he going to find authentic sea prune stew?
oh gosh. I could have sworn he was new to the city.
He's been here for 15 years.
I'm sorry. 15 fucking. Pardon my French. What?
I mean, he comes and goes every once in a while, but
God.
Need a census of Republic City.
Jesus.
you might have just seen him come in on one of the boats. He tends to leave for months at a time.
Oh, but he still calls Republic City his home.
Oh, I'd say that he's been a regular presence here for the past 15 years, yes.
Oh, well,
A few months
gosh.
on, a few months off.
I was going to ask you to give him the whole spiel because I imagined he was missing a taste of home. But I guess that's not necessary anymore, huh?
I like to keep track of the Water Tribe. They are my best customers.
Is that so?
Yes. That's how I know how many sea prunes to order.
And I feel like you have a number of regular customers
Oh, of course I do.
who miss that same taste of home, right?
It's the best taste there is.
She's desperately afraid that if she says his name out loud, he will repeat it louder. So she's just kind of like, oh, what about there was a guy
who was here the other day, and he was telling us all about the desserts.
Oh, you mean...
Oh,
Tiki.
yeah, I sure do. So good dessert. So good dessert.
He left.
Oh, really? Where did he,
Oh, he was on a boat off towards the Earth Kingdom. Just left about an hour ago.
Oh, you saw him?
I waved goodbye.
He got some stew for the road, I bet.
No, he'll be able to get some on his way there.
Ah, shucks.
I know.
Oh, wow. About an hour ago, you said?
About an hour ago. I know the ship and everything.
Oh.
The captain's an old friend of mine.
Really? What's the ship's name? Sorry. He tells you.
Oh god.
The Twin Tails.
Oh, that's nice.
Ooh.
TWIN space TAILS.
Lovely.
Oh, really? What's his name? Fuck.
Is that why? He would just be like, and she tells you. It's like, I don't want to decide.
That's it. Like,
Sidereal.
well, that's. I mean, especially for a small character, if you're like, oh, they tell you their name, I'm like, great, fantastic.
yeah.
I address them appropriately for the rest of the
I'll
scene.
never need to see this person. But then you're just like, I wonder if I want to kiss the sea prune merchant.
I think I would.
Like,
Then
oh,
you
God
can
damn
give
it.
him a name later.
If he doesn't have a name, he just has no sex appeal.
Yeah, he smells really strongly. You're just like trying to ward us off.
Can't make it onto Aragorn's Google Sheets without a name, I guess. Oh, we were offline and now we're live. Are we good? Ooh.
Seems like we've been live.
No, I didn't
So
see it.
It
I
might.
think it's chat.
Yeah, chat
Fair enough.
got confused.
Wow. Oh well, gosh.
If you're at their chat, mind just like typing something? Say hi.
We'll even take an emote. Oh, perfect.
Oh,
Thanks,
good. Thank you,
Brendan.
Weirdness.
Thanks, weirdness.
Great.
Oh boy, I didn't even get to say goodbye or nothing.
Oh, you know how he is. Always got to move as fast as he can.
Yeah. Well, hey, I mean, if you see him again, next time I swing by, would you let me know?
Oh, if he's gone, he'll be gone for quite some time.
Really?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Deliveries take a while, I guess.
That's true. Oh, you're so knowledgeable of your customers.
I keep track of everyone.
Yeah. So, you know,
Are you pointing to the other guy?
yeah, but in a very casual way.
Yes. Southern Water Tribe.
Is he bad news?
No. Why?
Showed
What's
up.
going on, young lady?
That's what I'm trying to figure out, to be honest. To be honest, that's why I need to talk to people like you, who really pay attention to their customers and who seem to notice a lot more than I do. Anyway, I appreciate you taking the time to chat.
Could you roll me a trick?
Why do I keep doing this? Liz,
I'm being tricksy.
buy up your stupid
We're all
creativity. What's wrong with
lying
you?
to
See,
everyone.
if I had stayed with the rogue, I'd be like, oh man, I keep leading my
No.
friends into my tricksy ways.
Check,
Points,
check,
points,
check,
points.
check, check, yeah.
You're one of those path of knowledge, order of
Yeah, the Order of Passage. Donna's like, oh, thank God I don't have to lie.
Aha.
Good.
Order of passage.
Yeah. Have you ever been to the temple?
I suppose I may need to pay a visit.
Sure. I could even take you on a spirit walk if you want.
No, I think that's okay. I should be looking at my other customers. There is no one around. He's very clearly suspicious of you now.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I've been here talking your ear off and I never asked you your name. Okay.
Charles.
I can-
Charles Prune.
I can be forgiven for this, Charles.
Charles Prune. Sea Prune.
Nah, we'll give him a name.
I'm sorry.
We're going to give him the name Chintal, Chintal. There's a dash between the N and the T.
Tal.
Yeah.
Shinta.
which, by the way, is not a water tribe name.
Okay.
That's a good point.
I mean, I would tell you if it was, but I'm Chintal is actually much more of an Earth Kingdom name than it is a Water Tribe name. However, this guy is dressed in Water Tribe clothes, and he serves sea prunes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're being taken towards City Hall, which is a better name than Government House.
And yet, we can establish facts whenever we want. Does the police officer that I'm with, does he seem amiable to talk, or is he just very much like...
He's very much like okay, we're going somewhere. I got hit over the head. I wish I could bust you, but also you caught me when I was undercover, so I'm going to let the councilwoman sort this out. He's not interested in talking, and if you continue to talk to him, he'll basically say, look, anything you say, I will use it against you.
Okay. That's fair. Youngsu is definitely torn. On the one hand, it would be great to get the hell out of here. On the other hand, he's all out of faith right now. But
this is how he feels.
it'd be great to just try to get away, and maybe he could, avoid this guy for a while. But on the other hand, he's going to go see Councilwoman Takada, the person he's most wanted to, go and confront for, weeks. Anyway.
Inside City Hall, there are a lot of different offices. The City Hall has been rebuilt recently. Republic City kind of has this issue where sometimes people try to really
blow it up.
So it's been rebuilt recently. So, the wallpaper's fresh. The carpets are clean. There's rails that are surrounding each of the separate offices here. And you are guided to sit outside one of them. There's a very kind of paper wall sort of traditional thing. All right. She'll be in here. We just have to wait.
We can do that, right?
And so you wait. And wait.
I can outlast this guy any day of the week.
And wait.
Uh-oh.
An hour goes by.
Uh-oh.
Every once in a while, this guy gets up and he goes off and he comes back and he's holding a cup of coffee, which he's drinking from. He does not offer you any.
Mm-hmm.
After an hour, the door opens up and a boy who's maybe, 18 years old. He's dressed in a green tunic that's tied, but the ties, instead of them being straight, they're accidentally, he skipped one of them. So one of them is hanging loose and the other one, and he looks completely flustered. He's got pages and pages and pages all falling out of file folders. Oh no! And he scurries past you. You can see past him, sitting at an ornate desk, is Councilwoman Takada, who is writing things down very deliberately in a ledger.
I don't take my eyes off her, but I speak to the police officer. She free now?
Fine. He gets up. Councilwoman. She looks up. We couldn't find him, but this one says he has information. Pushes you in.
Not quite.
And then he closes the door. You can still see his silhouette showing that he's standing outside.
Oh, shit.
But he's not inside. You're alone. Inside with Councilwoman Takada.
Well, shit.
Inside this office, there is a Zen garden. Like one of the tiny ones, not like a big...
Oh, I was going to say the whole office floor?
No. It's about the size of this desk.
Mm-hmm.
It's been immaculately combed and raked. That is the only attempt to beautify this office at all. Everything else is just flat wall. Yes.
In a guise of being very impressed by the setting, I Yongsu's going to look around. I'm looking specifically, is there a window?
Looks like you're assessing a situation.
I am
so why don't you
assessing
roll
a
that?
situation. Oh god, here we go. Come on, buddy. Yes. Okay. 11. Is creativity, right? Yeah. So I'm going to ask a couple questions, John.
Yeah.
What's my best way out? And one of my hammer moves. Who or what here is most vulnerable to me?
So there's two ways out of this room that are easy. One is the door that you just went through. I'll point out that it's made of paper and like very thin wood.
Right.
So you could
Just
smash through it
walk
without
through
any
it, yeah.
problem at all.
Okay, cool.
There's also a window that lets out into the alleyway next to the city hall.
Great. Okay.
So you can get out either of those ways. You could also potentially just smash your way into another office, but that would be more difficult.
I'm the juggernaut. Gotcha.
Who is most vulnerable to you at this time?
Yeah, who or what is the question?
Justice. Who is most vulnerable at this point in time around here? The police officer standing outside.
Okay.
Ooh,
Just good to know.
that's
Just good to
very good to know, you lunatic.
know. This is lunacy, absolutely. Councilwoman, thank you for seeing me.
But
Sure
he's
you're-
like pretty fucked up. Just to point out,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
saying that she's like sitting there being like, "I am secret boss."
I am
She stands up and just her
invincible.
muscles just pop.
I would.
The boulder.
It's the boomy effect.
The buoy effect. Very good. Yeah. I don't aim to take a seat, but I kind of look towards the councilwoman. I'm sure you're very busy. I don't want to take too much of your time. The man outside, I did not know he was a police officer with the Republic City Police Force.
Tell me what you know of Tatik of the Northern Water Tribe. Wait. I recognize you. Yes, I've seen you before. You're a member of the press. You asked me a question at the conference today at the Spirit Portal.
I did.
Why does a member of the press getting involved with my police?
I went for boba tea. The same shop where Tatik was residing. I found him rifling through Tatik's things. I didn't think, I acted.
Were you trying to protect Tatik?
His property.
Why? He's a wanted criminal.
That I did not know.
Also, by the way, no, he's not.
Not
not to
that,
any.
like,
I just want to make that clear. The three of you, you've never heard anything, and also he's like famously has a reputation for like, I get my packages where they're supposed to go, and I don't
Yeah.
commit crimes doing it.
he's not famous, but like he has relationships with the Mega Corps or whatever around here.
He has a small level of fame. Like
I
he's
get
just
my
known
package
as,
where it
oh,
needs
do
to
you need
go."
to get
Very good.
do you need to get something to where it needs to go? He's the guy to do it.
Right, okay.
He's never been like caught doing anything bad.
I'm new to Republic City, you understand. I didn't know any of this.
Where are you from originally?
Oh, a small village in the Earth Kingdom. I imagine you wouldn't have heard of it. It's called Ongong. And I
Ongong.
absolutely underline the G in the middle of the word.
She reaches down and then she pulls out a scroll which she undoes over the desk, and it's a map of the Earth Kingdom. But it's a map that has a nice big line going through it that indicates the rail system that was put in.
Oh,
The one that
oh.
they raised your city in order to establish. I don't think you need to say anything more. You're welcome. Welcome to your new better life here in Republic City.
It is a beautiful city.
Welcome to the future.
Thank you. The future is full of surprises, isn't it? And I want to fucking smash the Zen garden off her desk. Like, literally just upend the whole fucking thing. The future is full of surprises. Just...
Pause that. I'm going to go to you two. Let's see. We haven't heard a little bit from Bao. Bao.
I can just kill her, right? I should make a new character.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I should make a new character.
Throw me in prison forever. And there you go. That's me right now.
Several years ago, something was stolen from Kyoshi Island. It was a chest. One that hadn't been opened in a century. It's said to contain something called the mirror scale. I'm going to disappoint you here. I don't know what it is.
Someone does. Someone in the city.
It was important enough that the leaders on Kyoshi Island demanded that we send someone out to retrieve this chest. Over the years, we had never been able to find it. However, Tatik's name started getting associated with the mirror scale. And so I have been staying with him at an arm's length for 5 years now, trying to see whether or not he has it. I have refused to force him to open the package, nor will I steal the package and open it myself. The only way that I would be able to confirm this is if he was able to open it himself.
Or find its theoretical designated recipient.
That's right.
Now, Oda, the bounty hunter is after it. And is seemingly tasked with protecting it.
Protecting it? Why? It doesn't belong to her.
A rather boisterous spirit decided to share its advice with the group.
Oh, I love spirits.
And so
They're so kind. Sometimes I really wish that I could serve them, but I never know what to do with that.
I'm sure Don would be happy to tell you about what best practices would be.
I don't know if I want to bother Don with something tiny like that.
God.
Call it an exchange of ideas. Perhaps you'll show Don a bit about the best way to stir her tea.
Well, you put a straw in and you just... It's not that complicated.
Seems obvious to you, and I bet you she feels the same way about talking to spirits.
No, I think Don's very smart.
She is. Ask her. I think she takes pride in her work.
I don't have the money to pay.
Give her a free drink.
I give everyone free drinks.
Ask her.
I mean... I gave everyone free drinks. What the fuck kind of model of store are you running? Oh, God. Funny. Was there a name?
I don't know. I don't remember. I specifically was like, I'm gonna look up some information. I'm like, this is too interesting.
What's the information?
Oh, the thing that the little dude yelled out about the mirror scale. There we go. Remember
have
what I
it
was
here
looking
too,
for.
yeah, I found
Great.
it.
Yeah.
Hey, you're finally awake.
Don't gaze into the mirror scale for too long, and don't destroy it.
Yeah, those are the two things that
Yeah.
now specifically.
This was the spirit side,
Yeah.
Yeah.
to us.
So I relay that. So, there are several of us looking at least to prevent its destruction.
I'm worried that whatever was in that chest, if it was the mirror scale, I'm worried that it might be really bad if it gets into the wrong hands.
You have more allies today than you did a week ago.
I hope so. I didn't really want to tear this place down, but it's that important.
It's commendable.
I really don't know that much about making tea.
I wouldn't.
I spent most of my time learning how to become an elite, trained, deadly agent.
And you've followed that. You've kept on your mission. Shown dedication to the cause.
Yeah. Yeah, I have. I know that maybe the fate of the world relies on this, or maybe just the fate of one nation or one city or one person. But I also know that it isn't right for me to just take things from people, just because I think that they might be doing something wrong, but I have no proof. I don't mind. Tatik's nice. He always paid on time, and he's friendly in his way. He's a bit of a serious person. I'm not that serious. But I can tell you this. It's good to have friends. It's really good to have friends. But if we can't find him, and he's very good at not being found, I don't know what those Water Tribe people were doing.
He's did capture this far.
And I have no idea what Councilwoman Takata has to do with any of this.
We're looking into it.
You're so kind. The way that you're just doing this, I think that's what real heroes are made of.
I have my own motivations.
You're not like some kind of secret evil person, are you?
I don't think so. No.
Oh, that's good. Because if you were, I'm duty bound to destroy you.
But if you hear me pretending to like the councilwoman, do understand that I'm...
Do we not like the councilwoman?
She seems to want to teak. She seems to want to colonize the spirit world.
I mean, all of this is stuff I learned today.
She seems like a terrible person. Maybe. She's well.
Well.
So she hands them another glass.
Mm-hmm.
But this one doesn't have tea in it. It doesn't even have ice in it. It has nuts. She doesn't normally serve food, but she puts it between the two of you and she picks one, pops it in her mouth.
So, let's say we find him and we find a way to solve this. Where would you go? What would be the first thing you did after you succeeded in your mission?
I'd have to return to Kyoshi Island.
Would you look forward to that?
It's been a long time since I've been home.
And is that home for you?
It's where I was born. Don't get me wrong, I love the city. Sometimes it feels like my heart races just because I'm standing in the middle of the street. Sometimes that's because I'm about to be flattened by a Satomobile.
And you were happy following the obvious path of someone born there? You never wanted to run away, do something different? It's pretty cool from what I've heard, don't get me wrong.
So I'm going to make this clear.
Yeah.
She's hesitating, not me.
Okay, cool.
What?
The future. You seem to have it all planned out, but you can't control every part of it.
There's like sand everywhere now. You really need a sandbender to show up.
Oh my god.
Why are you being so combative? For a member of the press, you are certainly no longer welcome at City Hall.
I'm gonna lean across the desk real slow. I'm being combative because you are destroying my way of life.
She leans forward so that you're nose to nose. I don't think you've ever truly lived. So it won't be a waste if you stop.
Try me.
I think we're going to end the session right there.
And I did ask about outs. Is everyone proud of me? I asked for
Yes.
outs before I started.
That's okay. You can use your first round to defend and maneuver, to seize a position where
Outside.
engage/disengage with a foe.
That's true. Just
Blah blah blah, or escape the scene.
yeah, there you go. Perfect. Just like
Try me.
backflip out the window. Yay! I mean,
It's crazy to think that we did an entire combat and
In this
still
set.
did like all kinds of other
this
stuff.
is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were discussing weeks ago now, I think. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Kate, there's something waiting outside. Could you just bring it in and then return?
Thank you.
Young, oops, my hand slipped too. Given the dramatic cliffhanger.
Yay! We were discussing a few weeks ago now the idea of, like, or maybe it was, I don't remember. What Kate was just saying about like how we had so much happen and a combat in this session. There were whole sessions of Changeling that were like, okay, part 2, like just crack, like let's get back into this combat. Like a whole session would be a fight
Yeah.
in a good way. I loved it, but like it is.
Oh, I loved it.
But like, you know what I mean? It's wild to think of how much we did today.
Yes, definitely.
Technically, that combat also had things happening in the middle of that combat that was not combat.
That's true. That is true.
Because, I mean, there's only 3 of you. Why would I expect the 3 of you to stay together at all times?
Look, I gotta dump people in alleyways whenever I can. Okay?
I'm sure eventually we're going to get to a point where all of our short-term goals align, but so far we're not there yet.
Yeah.
But like, I think
They're
that's
coming
kind
together.
of,
They're
I
coming
think that's kind
together.
of cool, yeah, because they're slowly coming together. But we're still like, we each have our individual responsibilities and our individual like. Youngsu's like, of course I want to confront the councilwoman, and Don's like, I don't want to pretend to be okay with the spirit world being, imposed upon. Like, I don't want.
That's
So yeah, it's just really interesting.
maybe I know best.
No, I
Maybe.
can't be here right now.
I would never suggest anything of the sort. I love the story seller system and the games that we played.
It's just so different, and
It is very
and like in a really cool way.
It is actually a question that we never resolved. Is Ha with you?
I
Yeah,
guess
Kurt
so.
might.
Oh
at
yeah,
some point.
I guess so.
You
Yeah.
never put it away. Put it away. You
I
didn't
mean-
leave it in your room, did you?
No. Although I did say if there was gonna be danger, I'd like. But you're right. I never specifically said get off my leg, buddy.
You're allowed to say one way or the other if you choose.
Feel like I would have left him at the tea shop.
All right. But with the reassurance that you were coming back, right? Not that you were like, get off me. I never want to see
You did
you
leave
again.
it at the tea shop.
Oh, you can choose.
I would have been like, it's okay, buddy. Be right back.
He wasn't.
Time passes different. for some-
Pukajutsu making the mention of you just getting Skyrim'd.
Yeah. Or is that the verb we're using?
You're finally away.
Is
Hey,
there-
you,
Is
you're
there a better
finally
verb
awake.
for it?
No.
No? Pretty good.
No, I guess not.
Just one Skyrim
Oh,
jobs.
I'm
is
so
the only
tired.
thing I could think of.
Arse thief. What?
Skyrim job.
Well, Skyrim is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
I feel. Okay.
Scott.
Yeah. Hi.
Well, I guess it's time for growth. we can just go into some growth here. So there's growth.
Hey.
So we're gonna actually start with Scott this time around for the questions. So the first, did you learn something challenging, exciting, or complicated about the world? We've changed this question to essentially be, what did you learn today?
Yes, I learned that Councilwoman Takata is involved with the Republic City Police Force and the Special Forces of the Southern Water Tribe.
Kate?
That's
a big one. I took a big
Yeah. Like, it kind of encompasses a lot. I learned that Kaiming is a Kyoshi warrior and has been trailing Tatik for 5 years and all of that. That she's not just some quaint boba tea shop lady.
And the sea prune stew guy is not a quaint sea prune stew guy.
Oh my God, the mystery.
God damn it! Is anyone what they say?
You can advance.
Yay!
The second question, Scott, did
Yeah.
you stop a dangerous threat or solve a community problem?
I would say so. That collectively we solved the problem of Water Tribe people bashing around in Kaiming's shop.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
That's 3.
Whoa!
Did you guide a companion towards balance or end the session at your center?
I did.
No.
Nope.
Yep.
But there will be guiding and comforting. I swear.
And then, of
it.
course, there are your individual questions. Scott?
Yeah. Did I make progress towards my goal against my adversary? Oh, did I make progress? Hell yeah, I made progress. I got a face-to-face with the councilwoman.
Fucked up her Zen
It'll be the last thing you do.
Yeah, well, exactly. But that's still progress.
Did I learn something meaningful or important relating to my lineage, its members, or its effects on the world and others? No. I opted to let Dan have a chat with my cousin instead of elbowing my way into the conversation.
Thanks,
So,
bestie.
That's
some
fair.
other session.
Elizabeth?
Did you accomplish a feat worthy of your burden and tradition? No. The only burdenish thing that I did was not take the unconscious
I am
cop's
going
coins.
to argue against that.
Oh,
You
really?
Completed a seeking.
Oh, cool. Thank
So
you.
I will.
Oh God, that did happen this session.
Right?
We came over from
This is it. This is what I'm
Quest,
saying.
yeah.
Oh my God.
So there you are. That's where you're sitting on the growth scale. Scott, you want to highlight someone's play?
Yeah, I want to highlight. Bao over here, Kate. Despite obviously sort of the various confusions and so on, I really enjoyed how you were trying to figure out and work on Suk-Tuk. That's not his name.
Yeah, Suk-Tuk.
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 Suk-Tuk. Thank you. I'm
Suk-tuk.
Tuk. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna try to remember what that means next week.
Yep.
Specifically, testing him with the knowledge of Now Oda is a great masterstroke, and it is absolutely something that you would try, not you, that Bao would try. I think that's awesome. Really cool.
I want to highlight Dunn being in a situation where bad people were doing bad things and being like, no, you like collapse this building, I guess, but not on this guy. Like specifically, finding ways like that to continue to be true to your character and those traditions and those beliefs, rather than just being like, I'm a PC. I smash what I need to smash. So like, yeah, I feel like it's a like level of restraint that has to be practiced. That you've like been really navigating well.
I call it the anti-Ray complex.
Yes.
Like I know that if I start going hardcore punchy, then I'm just becoming very similar to that PC. So thank you.
You say that as if it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
No, it's just I don't want to just become a PC I've already played. I'd like to try to do something different. So
It's working.
Kindness.
Exactly.
Scott, you
Hello.
madman, you went to a meeting with the councilwoman alone, and you then antagonized her, even though it is not in your character's best interests. And we're gonna see what happens. And you did not shy away from it, and I think that's awesome.
Thanks. I'll take it. Wild times. Yep.
That's fair.
It is fair.
I want to shout out John for just dropping so many bombs on us today in such a good way. Holy shit. And yeah, like as we were each highlighting, it's basically known as what they seem. Everyone has more layers than we expect.
And we still don't know who to trust, really.
Yeah.
The tunes.
The oh my god.
You can trust, they're predictable.
That
you
is
can
true.
trust them to be,
Chuny.
oops. Yeah.
Shooty. I would, I mean, if I know we're like mostly joking, but like I would probably trust a Kyoshi warrior generally. Like in general,
that's-
she feels like a good person to trust. Well, beyond that, we'll see.
Yeah.
She might be like, yeah, I'm gonna take the mirror scale and then I'm gonna kill him.
kill
Yeah.
you all.
Oh my god. With the scale.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Way of the future.
Sea prunes are the future weirdness.
Way of the future.
Not wrong. But what is coming up in the future? Tuesday.
Streams throughout the week. I will be most likely streaming at 6 p.m. 1800 Eastern. Sergey is now in Dead Space, which seems terrifying and awful. If that stream may be from a different location, so I have to just make sure that that's doable. And if not, there will be something that is. I have no doubt. But join me on twitch.tv/BiffTheBouse on Tuesday night.
It is my plan, whether or not we can make this happen, it is my plan to host clinic hours on Wednesday. There have been some topics that have been proposed on Discord. You should probably go in there and throw in some of your own, because it's been a while since we've had clinic hours, and I feel like it'd be a good time to catch up and do some of that. So that would be Wednesday, hopefully.
At some point this week, weekdays, daytime, to be determined. With the fresh spring weather, I've decided to start early on Kate's Freezeria. I will be playing an old Flash game that has just put out a new version on Steam, like an updated version called Papa's Freezeria. You may have heard about other Papa's games. You work in a shop, you press the buttons, you try to serve customers. I hope it'll be a great time to hang out and chat and catch up with people.
Incredible.
Yay.
Incredible.
Freezeria
So
is a
exciting.
great name as well. Like,
Yeah.
big fan. Nice.
Friday there is no Punchy.
Boo. I
So it is
know.
available for Steel Stream if somebody wanted to, or no pressure there.
Then, if I,
those
then I will
ice
say
creams.
this:
Yeah.
if I'm not streaming, if I'm not streaming on Wednesday, I may still stream the Friday for clinic hours.
Perfecto.
We will obviously post that on Discord when it's decided.
Which means if you want the Wednesday, take the Wednesday.
Maybe.
That's actually a good point.
We'll
Yeah,
ponder. We
we
will
can talk
ponder.
about
Yeah,
that.
TBD. Saturday, there will be Drew Crew, though, at 1500 on my channel.
Dope Crow!
This book is bananas.
It's so bananas.
Oh my god.
I'm loving it. Honestly, it makes sense. It's making sense to me. It's a lot of sexy dudes for some reason,
There are a
but that's
lot of
I'll allow
sexy
it.
dudes.
You can join me again then at 5 p.m. on Saturdays as I continue Doomed, which is the Arkham Horror, the living card game playthroughs.
Next Sunday, no book club. It's
No
the
book
week
club,
after.
not the
Okay,
following
great.
week. Yeah.
Back here with another episode of Avatar Legends: The
On
Mirror
Easter Sunday.
Scale.
That's right.
Yay!
Yeah.
We can do it, right? I
Yeah.
don't see why not.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And then we can stay all night long, because I won't be working on Monday.
Yeah!
Nice.
No. Folks, if you are finding yourself wanting to have a look at a bunch of roleplay stuff, you can always just head over to our Discord. It's a good place to check things out. You can also go on our YouTube, youtube.com/RPGClinic, which will give you the all the episodes of God damn it, there's a lot of stuff. So you can go and have a look there. But otherwise, if you're not going to go to Discord and you're not going to go to YouTube, you can go.
Shout out to our podcast listeners, all 54 of you subscribers.
We love you,
Thank you
podcasters.
for subscribing on Spotify.
Yay!
Thanks for Kung Fu Fenders for
Slash
kicking ass.
following.
Bye.
Thank you.